Everything's gonna be alright. Love that song. It's classic, isn't it?
Crack
All right,
on.
lads and lasses. Good day, mates. Welcome to another live view from the Tune Under podcast. All the way down here in the lucky country of Australia. Joining me today for this Brighton home game is Ballarat Bob. You know when I said Ballarat Bob last time in the preview, I was thinking of that guy in Baghdad, you know, that Baghdad Bob.
Baghdad Bob.
Baghdad Bob. Everything is fine. Bombs are shaking on it behind him. How you going, Bobby?
I'm good, mate. How you doing?
Oh, not bad. I love these early starts. It's 12:30 a.m. That is Sunday morning for us in Queens, and you're down in Victoria, so it's 1:30 for you.
Yep, even later, mate. So it's a bit harder, so it's good.
Mate, didn't you say earlier on that the weather's been basically 17 degrees and pissing down all day?
Yeah, it's been terrible here in Ballarat. So had a lazy day, but couldn't get any sleep. It's going to be an interesting watch along because I had a big night last night. So we'll see how we go.
You look sharp. You look fine. There's speaking of sharp and looking fine, there's Greg down at the bottom of the view here, up in northeast Queensland. Queensland itself is northeast state of Australia. So sticking to your roots there, Craig. Now, you said it was 43 degrees up there today, didn't you?
44.
44. I do apologise. How are you going?
Yeah, it was pretty toasty. Thank God I got my aircon fixed a few days ago, or else I'd just be suicidal right now. And we even went to the cinema just to cool down today.
44 degrees.
Are we in the same country, or I don't know? That doesn't make sense, does it?
It really doesn't, does it?
Top end temperatures, mate. 44 to 17, and I'm somewhere in the middle. I was basically 32 degrees today. Nice blue skies. Beautiful, man. Lovely for me. All right, so yeah, today Brighton at home. Teams have been announced. Let's just crack on with the teams. I'll read these out. So it's Dubravka in goal, then it's Emil Kraft, Shaw, Dan Burn, Matt Targett. Then you got Shelby as captain, Joe Willock, Joe Linton, Ryan Fraser, Jacob Murphy, and Chris Wood. Now, we did the previous show, you and I, Bobby.
Yep.
A couple of quite clear differences between what you said was going to be the lineup, or what you hoped to be the lineup, and what's actually been announced. But this pretty much went along with my comment that it would be interesting to see what Eddie did, because Eddie's always said since he came here that he's going to stick to a team that's doing well. Yep. Last time out, the team did well. So he's basically stuck to his word, hasn't he? So he's went with Emil Kraft at the back, and I think you predicted or you wanted to have Manquillo, who's on the bench, as you can see there. Yeah. And he's stuck with Jacob Murphy up on the wing rather than say Maximin, who is also on the bench. So I know you've already said something on the comments private chat. So what's your feeling on this lineup, first of all, Bobby?
It's not unexpected, as you said. We said the two changes we wanted to happen. I think having Emil Kraft in the team isn't great. I'm not really happy with that. I think Manquillo is better against a team like Brighton, who are very technically astute. So it'll be interesting to see how Emil Kraft goes. Let's hope he can be nice and solid defensively. I did say on the podcast, I wouldn't be surprised if Jacob Murphy started and St. Maximin came off the bench because Murphy has done okay in that position, and obviously ASM coming back from injury, they might, give him 30 minutes off the bench at the end. So all in all, not surprised, but a little bit disappointed that Emil Kraft is still in the starting lineup. I didn't forecast that.
Yeah, you actually said it was an utter mistake. You've been very charitable with your with your thoughts here.
In our private chat, I was.
Yeah. Kind of let the cat out of the bag with that one. I'm not gonna get involved in that whole controversy of. Well, it's not controversy really. It's just my particular feelings of Kraft. I don't think it's very good, but I still haven't actually seen the last game. So, if he's in the team, I have to trust Eddie Howe that he did all right. Didn't do any fuck ups. There's always time. Let's see how it goes on this one. He's going to be under a lot of pressure from Brighton. We'll get out their team in a minute. Craig, what are your thoughts on that starting lineup? And we've got a strong bench, haven't we? It's been a long time since we could actually say that.
Yeah, I think the starting 11 was fairly predictable. Gino, I think, was touch and go with Kraft. I think every single one of us wanted Manquillo to start, maybe except Jack, who seems to have a little soft spot for Kraft for whatever reason. But, I think depending on how the game's going, we've got some real big impact subs there. If you can bring on the likes of ASM and Bruno with half an hour to go and the game's at 1-1, I think that balance swings in our favour big time on that one. I don't think Brighton have got that as much of an impact off the bench. And we've got some cracking impact players already starting right now. So it's a good balance. And I'm glad to see ASM on the bench rather than starting. It means he mustn't be 100% fully fit. And I don't think we should risk him if we are comfortably in the game.
Yeah, it remains to be seen about him. If he's on the bench, he's obviously fit, but I think it's more to do with the fact that Eddie Howe doesn't just chop and change. Like you said, if the team's doing well, it's kind of like their spot to lose almost. Yeah, I know Jack doesn't. Jack, to be fair to Jack, he was basically just trying to defend people piling on Kraft unfairly, and you got to respect him for that, Jack. But everyone's got to make their own mind up. I've seen enough of Kraft to know that he's not good enough. But let's see how he gets on today. He's going to get exposed pretty quickly if it's going to happen at all. So we'll sharp find out how he's going to get on today. And what do we feel about Chris Wood breaking his duck today then? Bobby?
I think he'll do it. And I'm hoping I'm not bothered how he scores, but I like it to be a quality goal. Don't care if it bounces in off his left arse cheek in the 93rd minute, they all count for the same amount of goals. But I'd love it to be a Joe Linton style bullet header, just so it'll give him that little bit more confidence for the type of goal he scored as well.
A Joe Linton style goal. God, you can't imagine saying that a few weeks ago.
Absolutely not. I'm saying he defended his own shot.
that shot come defensive block was just sensational.
It's what happens when confidence gets up. So hopefully Wood does the same. He scores.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
He'll be a threat, I think, tonight from set pieces and everything like that. So, let's hope he gets off the mark. Again, I don't care how he scores, but as long as he puts it in the back of the net.
Yeah, it'll be lovely to see one of those two get a goal in front of the Gallagher or the Leazes. I mean, to be honest, I didn't care where. But it'll be nice for them to get a goal at home in particular. Let's have a look at Brighton's team. So Sanchez, Lamberty, Cucurella, Dunk, Trossard, Gross. I mean, this isn't in order of position. Moda, Alzati, Welbeck, Danny Welbeck. Is that Danny Welbeck?
It is.
Yep, Duffy and Veltman. So that's actually, there's at least 3 changes I can see there. There's no Basuma for a start, there's no Mope, and there's no McAllister. So
on the bench.
come to your point just there before, Craig. They do have Mope on the bench. You can be an impact sub, can't you? And you're quite wet for him, aren't you?
I am. I like Mope. I was hoping he'd be one of the players we'd go for when Wilson got injured. I think there's something about him. I think it's a bit strange that he's on the bench, given he's their top goal scorer this season. I think he's definitely a quality player, but in terms of Mope, I don't think there's anybody else there who is really going to cause as many problems as much as what ASM or Bruno could do on a one-to-one level,
Well, I think didn't you touch on the Bobby though? Or maybe it was Dimmy who said most of or many of Mope's goals have been penalties. Yeah,
I think Dimmy mentioned that. I like Mope as a player. I don't like him as a person. I think he's a shit, but it probably makes him dangerous and why. So looking at their team, they've got Veltman, Duffy, Dunk. So I'm wondering if they're going to go with a 3 at the back or a 5, with Lamptey. And it'll be interesting to see how Target copes with Lamptey, because last time he gave us the runaround. So I wonder if they've gone super defensive here, just looking at the lineup, and have Basuma, Mupe, McAllister, Lallana, Sonny March come on, because talking. That's a pretty good bench as well. So
Yeah.
it's a good lineup. We'll have to be at our best to beat Brighton. This is a challenge. It's not going to be easy. And as I said in the podcast, it's the first top 10 team we might beat this season. So we got to get the job done.
Well, we haven't beaten them at all in Premiership years. I mean, we're only talking 9 games. This will be the 10th game, but not once have we actually beaten them. So would be a pretty good time to start doing it, wouldn't it? We did a few stats on the preview. One of the ones that we didn't actually mention was that Newcastle have conceded the fewest goals of any team in the league this calendar year. So, and we're not scoring tons of goals, but we are starting to score goals from everywhere apart from striker by the looks of things. But we are we're probably in the best position as far as form's concerned. Craig, would you say coming at this game, we couldn't be doing much better, could we?
Absolutely. 4 wins in 5, unbeaten in the calendar year, excluding the FA Cup, but we'll gloss over that. We seem to be getting better and scoring multiple goals per game. I think prior to the turn of the year, we'd done it once, which was Brentford at home. I'm not going to count the Spurs game because the second goal was an own goal. So, yeah, we definitely picked up the quality in terms of scoring goals. We just need more from the front line. And hopefully, as we mentioned before, Wood can get that all-important goal.
Wouldn't be bad, would it? Let's have a quick look at where we are on the table. So this is now after the Leicester City game. Actually, I haven't checked on the last 2. They didn't score in the last 9 seconds of that game, did they? Finish 1-0.
1-0.
So 1-0 against, who was it, Leeds?
Leeds.
So that's the table as it is right now going into this game. Norwich on the bottom, stinking form. Then Watford, and then Burnley, and then Everton just above. It'd be interesting to see how Everton do. And then Leeds with 27 games played. We've only played 25. There's obviously Brentford in the middle there as well. So Leeds and Brentford both on 27 games. Leeds has done 23 points. Brentford have got 24 points. We are on 25 points. A win today would be smashing, wouldn't it, Bobby?
Oh, yeah.
That would put us in a very comfortable position, not withstanding other results. Yeah,
no, definitely. I think a win today draws us away from that pack a little bit. So all of a sudden we were 3 of 4 going down, and then with our wins, we brought Brentford, Leeds, and Everton into the pack. A win today sort of extends us away from it a little bit. So. Big game. It's always a big game, but it's a very big game at home. And with our run coming up of 3 away games against a couple of informed teams as well, it would be nice to get the 3 points here.
Yeah, Craig, particularly with those 3 away games coming up, essential that we get 3 points today, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's no easy games in the Premier League, but playing away from home was always that little bit more difficult. And some of the teams we've got, Chelsea, that's one of the teams. Our record at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League isn't exactly fantastic. But then, to be honest, most teams aren't great down there. And then I think it's Leicester and Palace. The game's being rescheduled, I think, it now has. So the 3 games we've got, they're going to be tough. If we can pick up points, Southampton, that was another one. I'd love to get a few points against Southampton, just so we can rub it in Hasselhoff's face, purely for the grief he was giving us during the transfer window, how players who are signed shouldn't be allowed to play. There's a lot of bullshit, to be honest. He was only saying that because his club at the time was skint, apparently. But now they've got new owners, things may be a bit different if that came in a bit early. Chelsea away, I can't see we're getting anything there. Everton away, that is definitely a possibility. We could get 3 points there. We've got some decent form there over the last few years. We won last year 2-0. Wilson got both goals. And 2-2 the year before with a cracking over-the-line goal line decision from T-Rex Arms, who doesn't know where his goal line was. And it's going to be a tough run of games, so 3 points here is more important than ever.
Yeah, that 2-2 was hilarious. Is that the one where what's his face called? The defender came on as a sub. One of our best defender at the time. He was just mysteriously got logged off. Lejeune, that's it. I couldn't get his name out of my head. that's the game where he came on, wasn't it? We're 2-0 down. We'd been absolute shit that whole game, and then managed to somehow claw a draw at the very death. And Pickford was absolutely doing his tits in, wasn't he? Because he cannot stand losing against us, let alone drawing. But I mean, yeah, that was so Brighton today, Southampton away, which would be very tricky. Thursday night game, god awful game time for that for the fans, let alone the players. Then Chelsea. And then at home for Chelsea, and then Everton at home for Everton. Yeah, and as you say, the Crystal Palace game has been postponed. So minimum 6 points, Bobby. I think that's what we said, wasn't it? No, you said 5 to 7 or something, didn't
you? Yeah, so anywhere from 5 to 7, I'd take it and run if they offered it to me. So how that comes, I don't really care. But yeah, I think Dimmy said anything above 6 was a bonus. So yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's quickly have a look at some of the other games going on today then. There's a full time. Oh, it is full time. There you go. Leicester City 1-0 against Leeds. So Villa Southampton doesn't really affect us too much. Burnley Chelsea. You'd have to think, even though Burnley have picked up a few results, you'd have to think Chelsea will go there and get a result there. Us against Brighton. We'll see that soon. Norwich against Brentford. That's an interesting one, isn't it? So there's Norwich against Brentford. They're both below us in the table. Let's get the table back up. Brentford just below us, it has to be said. And then Norwich at the rock bottom again. And I think, did you say, Craig, you wouldn't mind a draw of those two? And then I think Jack was saying rather have a Norwich win. I think probably I'd rather have a Norwich win as well. Just a fluky Norwich win. They're doing shit pretty much in general. Dean Smith's doing a good job, but not good enough by those things. I think I'd rather Norwich win that than draw. But wouldn't you rather have a draw, Craig?
I think a draw would be a good result. If you pop the table back up just for a split second there, I just want to make sure that those 20th and 19th spot places, they're pre-filled, and there's only one more space left for those that are going to go down. So I think a point apiece is a good result for us. It keeps Brentford that point away, or at least possibly 4 points away. And, Norwich, they could be gone within the next 3-4 games. Just don't want to see them getting anything more than a draw today. If they do win, that puts them on 20 points. Burnley are probably going to get beat off Chelsea. That brings that little pack very close together again. And I'd rather not, because if we lose today and Norwich win, that gap shrinks again. We could go anything from 7 points clear to 1 point clear, depending on how results go. Could be very, very tight. So I think a draw would be the best result for us.
And Bobby, what would you reckon? I still think probably Norwich City losing winning is the better option. Brentford are right on our heels. I know they've got 2 games extra, but I think I'd rather see Brentford lose that game rather than even draw it.
Yeah, I don't want to see a Brentford win, that's for sure. I think Norwich City win doesn't concern me too much. They'll be on 20 points. We'll still be 5 points clear with a game in hand on them. So it doesn't worry me. But again, what Craig said, a draw or a loss to Norwich pretty much conceals them down, I think. It's going to be a tough ask for them to get any more points. They're not going to have many games against teams like Brentford at home and not get the 3 points. So I can see what Craig's saying, but I wouldn't be crying if Norwich City were to win. But I just don't want to see a Brentford win. That's all.
Yeah, and then there's Wolves against Palace, doesn't really affect us too much, and then Liverpool against West Ham definitely doesn't affect us. All right, that is pretty much as far as the preamble goes for this game. 10 minutes to go until kickoff. My Optus stream is sitting there spinning around. That's not a good start, is it? Some of the comments that we've got. GT Note 85. Must say I'm nervous for this one, given our atrocious record against them. Yeah, it is a pretty terrible record. I don't think we'll lose Butte. We'll have to play well, very well, to get the win. I think we're all pretty much in agreement there. We are going to have to do pretty damn well to get a win out of this one.
Correct. Yeah, agreed. It'll be a tough game. It'll be one of the toughest games this year. If we can pull off the win, then that solidifies us as a team on the up. rather than just being, as somebody mentioned in the question answers, the best of a bad bunch. I think it'll put us comfortably as a mid-table team, but we'll see come the final whistle.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get that monkey off our backs as well. To get a win against the slot. This isn't the old Lisa, is it? 4-0 win with Wood scoring 2. Okay.
It is. That's what she reckons. I told her she was a bit crazy about that result, but you can't tell a woman when she's wrong.
She married you, mate. Well, she's nuts. But 4-0 win. Definitely.
I'll take it. Yeah, let's take it.
Smashing on the goal difference, wouldn't it? Last time out, this is from Adam Christie. Last time out, Kraft was passable. He had a really decent tackle interception towards the end of the game too. I think someone said at the very end of the game in the preview that he actually bolted up right at the end as well, and the game was already over.
The 93rd minute, he just let his man drift in and had a shot, and lucky it went over the bar, and he was apologising, but that's his mental lapses that he has, Kraft. But I agree, he was passable against Brentford, but Brentford didn't offer anything, to be honest. They were bloody woeful,
It'll be a completely different story today, won't it?
Yeah.
Smashing profile picture, by the way, Adam. Look at that. Look at that legend. And here's old Dex. Here's our mate Dex. Why am I up at 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday to watch Emerald Kraft and Peppa Pig? What are you trying to say, like?
You forgot your Michael DVD.
Huh? He doesn't mind the Michael Owen DVD sitting there, but God forbid there's a frigging Peppa Pig with a toon-coloured scarf on. Fucking hell, get your priorities right, Dex. Jesus.
Yeah, we gotta love Peppa Pig. It's a good luck charm.
I'll tell you what, this none of these two are going anywhere until we end up losing the game. I mean, this could be the last time we see them, but I'm very happy to get rid of this fucking DVD, I'll be honest with you. I'm sick to death of this DVD.
We couldn't give it away.
No, I couldn't. I mean, there was a competition around there for somebody who got the right score and didn't get the right score, so I've ended up having to keep the damn thing. But I'd be very happy, Dex, to get rid of that. Well, not so much of the Pip. That's actually the Ben's. It's not mine, obviously. That's not my Peppa Pig thing over here. That's the Ben's. I'd be happy to get rid of the DVD, though. Dex, you can have that if we win.
The Lee's end looks sensational.
It does, doesn't it?
Cards. Yeah, they've done a great job again, Raw Flags. We owe them a debt of gratitude, I think, for what they've done.
I did want to get the picture up of that, but the quality was absolute gash. It looks like they're trying to get that Gallagher sign going as well with the foil all over the seats, but it looks like plenty of people probably haven't arrived yet. I mean, there's a good 5 minutes worth of drinking left, isn't there? I wonder how much. Did anyone see what the away allocation was by Brighton? Did it take the full lot?
No, look,
normally what 3,000 to 4,000 ish, give or take.
That's how much they're bringing. So that'll be a full away section.
Yeah, I think it's a sellout.
It's always a sellout for us, but it's not always the case. I mean, that's a long, long trip from Brighton.
Huge. So, for those of you in the comments, leave with your predictions, who you think is going to score and what the full-time whistle will be. Be nice to see who's right at the end of the game. Give you a shout-out.
Gran Turismo Nut, 85 there, 2-1. I think a few of us have said 2-1, haven't they? I went with a 1-0 nervy, but there's Big Dan Byrne having a chat with some of the Brighton lads. Obviously, it's the first time we've seen him since he moved, isn't it? So we didn't touch on that actually at the start there, but what a loss to Brighton he's probably going to be, and what a game by us.
Yeah, he's been very good, and he's probably they've had to acclimatise without him in defence, and so far they haven't been doing well with them conceding 12 goals in this calendar year.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, tell you what, it's like a nice day over in Newcastle now.
Looks lush.
Bloody hell! Someone's walking up the east stand. They've got flags. Fucking hell! That's probably the most mobile I've ever seen anybody in the east stand, isn't it? Oh look, we've almost got the NUFC thing going in the Gallagher there. Almost working. A few people are sitting there not doing it.
That looks great.
I don't know if you can hear my sound here coming through at the background. Can you hear it?
Yeah. All right.
It's nice to have a bit of background noise. Away brings you.
Minutes till kick off. Come on, lads.
We should probably do a
Go to bed
check on.
angry.
We should probably do a check on who's ahead. There's always one of us who's ahead in time.
Won't be me.
It was last time. So we're just talking about the bench here. And now they're doing Brighton. Is that where everyone is? Brighton lineup?
I'm a
Newcastle.
little behind. I'm still at Newcastle.
Right, okay.
Looks like you're ahead, Lee.
Yeah.
Looks like I've got the old John Watson duties today. 2-0 Chris Wood and St. Maxie off the bench. Carrot Cruncher. All right,
What a
don't know why
name.
that took me that. 2-0. Yeah, happy with that. Harrison Whitfield there, 2-1 Newcastle. Quite a lot of 2-1s. There's seems to be a common theme that we're not expecting to keep a clean sheet today. So I reckon it's 4-3-3 against 4-2-3 here on the lineups.
Yeah.
Good goal. Duffy and Veltman back four for Brighton.
Yeah, the Veltman and Cucurella on either flank is not too mobile. So hopefully Ryan Fraser and Jacob Murphy and then St. Maximum at the end can exploit that.
Well, if they're going to be playing back there, they probably don't need to be there. I mean, if that might hint that they're not going to be bombing up the pitch very much as wing backs, essentially. They might just be sitting back as defenders, full-on defenders. Look at that. Sunshine on the east stand. Must be about 4 degrees. That was a nice United with Ukraine flag there right on this halfway line.
Before every game, there will be a moment of reflection and solidarity.
So this is actually, was this a minute's silence or clap or something for Ukraine? Yeah, it is. I thought it was going to be for Shane Warne there. Fucking Warney. Still can't believe that, Bobby.
Shattered. I've been shattered all day watching his highlights and everything. So yeah, it's a big thing.
Unbelievable. One of those kind of, there's somebody with my shirt on there. One of those sports people who just transcends the whole game, doesn't he? Everyone knows who he was. God, what a loss. 52-year-old. 52.
No age, is it?
Nah, it's tragic. Absolutely
someone
tragic.
say that it was off abroad or something, doing some kind of weird diet, like a weird sort of diet.
Yeah, it was in Thailand.
I hope the hell they haven't done something to him.
Yeah, well, the anti-vaxxers are saying it's because he got vaxxed. But he's been in Thailand on a fat loss camp, and those camps reportedly are very
strict,
harsh. Yeah, they're harsh to your body, starvation, and all that sort of thing. So hopefully that hasn't triggered it. So, it's just sad no matter what, though, isn't it?
What a fucking loss! What a loss! I didn't realise that Aussie cricket team were playing as well today. In was it the Windies they're playing?
Pakistan.
Pakistan, right? Yeah. So that would be fucking tough on them boys having to get up and do a job.
I think they conceded 400 runs in a day. So yeah, I think their minds weren't on it today.
Australia conceded 400 runs. What was it? Was it a one day or was it a test?
No, test, and I think Pakistan declared on the first day it's 400 something, and so I don't think their minds are in it.
No.
If anyone in the comments wants to keep an eye on the other scores and just keep updated in the chat, that'd be fantastic. Be nice to know Burnley are 3-0 down at half time.
That was champion now. Danny Welbeck, he's dangerous up front, isn't he?
Dexter's gone from Jack's school of predictions. Going for a safe draw 2-2. Would we all take a point of for the game right now, or would you just go for the win?
No, the form we're in, we got to go and back ourselves, I reckon.
Okay, they just kicked off. The bloody bloke was in our half. Fucking hell. Balls are by the ref already. All right, we're underway anyway, so bit of kicking back and forwards inside the centre circle. It's with Newcastle at the back. And it's out for Newcastle throw. I forgot to do my normal shoot. Oh, I see I've got like a Premiership badge at the bottom there on Optus here. I've got a Premiership badge, bottom right-hand corner with the Ukraine flag behind it. Going hard with
I
that,
know
aren't
it's
they?
not on there, the Leeds game.
It's actually, I just realised Brighton are literally wearing Ukraine's flag, aren't they?
Mm.
Oh, it's dodgy backheader. All right, so Newcastle without the ball. Brighton, they've actually all went all the way back into the 1.5, but they did have a chance there to do some damage. Back with their goalkeeper now, who launches it. And comes to Newcastle. And here comes Welbeck. There, what do you call him? It's a kick to goal. It was Willock down the wing. Don't know what he's doing down the wing. He pulls in a lovely cross, misses everyone. Fraser's waiting for it at the other side. And kicks it to goal, but the keeper's behind it. Yeah, what's Willock doing down the wing there?
Rolling around, isn't he? Just got...
Yeah, that was either a fantastic cross or just a really badly hit one, but it went all over the top of everyone in the middle. Fell to Fraser, who kicks it first time, and it's comfortable by the keeper, you have to say.
Should he have done better there, you think?
No, it's early in the
You're on
game.
target.
It's early in the game. You know, you're doing pretty well to get that in on your first touch of the game.
Fraser's a workhorse, isn't he?
He's fantastic, Fraser.
Mate.
He's brilliant. Well, in this kind of form, I mean, this is the kind of Fraser that I used to look at Bournemouth with envy, you know, and think, God, he be brilliant in the Newcastle team. And when he first came, of course, he hadn't been playing for a little while, and then he got bruised. And since Eddie Howe's came in and they've rekindled their relationship from back in Bournemouth days, he's back to his best. And he's happy as well. So
you can see he's been with a smile on his face.
All right. He is with Brighton in an hour and a half. We'll launch it to the wing, and it's Cucurella who's got the ball. I'm not going to do that the whole game. And there was an attempt at the 1-2 behind the fullbacks, but Murphy cut it out. And Newcastle are playing with fire a little bit, trying to get out the back four there. Chris Wood goes down like a sack of shit and gets nothing off the ref. And the referee didn't want to know anything about it, so Brighton have the ball back again, just over halfway line. Oh, Willock put a foot in. Didn't seem too bad, but the ref's given us a free kick. So, free kick to Brighton, just on the centre circle. So already 3 minutes in, Brighton very much comfortable on the ball here. Newcastle still trying to get their feet in the game.
Yeah, it's not the normal high energy start that we've seen of late, is it?
No, not yet.
It's a different test for us. Brighton do like the ball; they like possession. So,
yeah.
So
Brighton from the halfway line spread it to the wing to this guy who's got the incredible set of hair. No, it's Cucurella again. He's got smashing men on him. And Kraft hacks him down and gives away the first dangerous free kick of the game on 4 minutes, basically. But no, Brighton look very comfortable on the ball at the minute. And that's a shite tackle from Kraft. Come on, mate.
It's just bizarre, isn't it?
We're 4 minutes in and it's already started on Kraft.
I'm just saying it as I say it. That was a shit tackle.
It was. No, you're absolutely right. It was.
His lack of pace always worries him, and that's why he throws in a challenge. Because
so it's Gross with the whip in, and it's fallen free to Jamie. It was almost free to Brighton, but it was almost free to Welbeck. In fact, it's bundled out by I think Shaw. And Dan Burn went up to meet that, and he didn't quite get his head on it properly. So it's a corner to Brighton. Already under pressure. 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Here comes a corner. So and it's a free header, and my word, free header to Duffy. Wow. So that's a corner. It's going to whip straight in. Duffy's just ran right through the middle of the fence. And Dubravka's staying on his line.
Doing?
He's staying on his line. It's Willock.
I couldn't get there.
Who was that? Was that Willock who? Was that Willock who just basically put him under pressure? And made sure he didn't get a
Murphy.
shot. Was it Murphy?
Yeah, Murphy, I think.
What the hell happened? Where was Dubravka there? Dear me. Dubravka stuck to his line. 5.5 minutes, one shot either side of, one shot out of the team so far. And then Newcastle really struggling to get the foot on the ball here.
I agree with Dex. They're targeting Kraft, aren't they? They're going down that side with
They'd be stupid not to. They'd be absolutely stupid not to. And that's one thing we never touched on as well, actually. Eddie Howe, everyone knows Eddie Howe's not going to change unless he needs to. It kind of makes your tactics a little simpler in some ways, doesn't it? You know exactly what he's going to go with. So here's Brighton, all the way down in our own box now. To Cucurella, who's having a lot of the ball at the minute. A little inside and the 1-2 down back to the wing. And they're playing well together here and making nice triangles. It's going to be a photo. Not that great a ball. Brighton and it's a free kick to Brighton. Free shot, I should say, over the top of the bar into the Gallagher. But Brighton there have played a few triangles down the wing, down our right. We're just kind of statues at the minute here. Getting played around the simple triangles, simple 1-2s, finding space. And it's like Craig says, we haven't really started with the usual intensity. We haven't actually woken up yet, it feels, does it?
No, we're still in the tunnel, still in the changing room, shall I?
It's what we spoke about on the pod, Lee. The technical players of Brighton is where we'd be worried about Kraft. It wasn't so much the form or anything like that. It's a different set of players that we're dealing with here. So
yeah,
we're definitely getting success down his side.
So ball's back with Brighton in their half. Yeah, we're doing this thing where we are chasing shadows, and this is going to push our fitness levels to the maximum here because we are. This is just an example there. Joe Linton's running around like a blue horse fly, chasing down the keeper, chasing down the winger, chasing down the central defender. Nowhere near any of it, but that's gonna put pressure into his legs. And it's Cucurella who's coming to midfield and spread it wide to Lamptey. And he's heading towards there's a square ball into the middle of the box from Trossard, and it's easily defended, but this is all Brighton right here.
This is worrying.
It's a free kick from Joe Linton, probably. Joe Linton's a little bit too keen. Brings down Brighton's Veltman, gives away a free kick on our left. Probably about 25 yards out. Yeah, probably more like 20 yards actually. So this is going to be a outswinger from our left to their right. And we are looking pretty nervous at the back here.
Agree with GT, Nut. We got to wake up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed. Absolutely.
They will be heading in his direction again.
So here comes the free kick. It's a bugger. It was a free header to, I think it fell to Welbeck. I need to see the replay to see exactly what happened here. But so it's a free kick. It's outswinger. Nobody really defends it. Danbird doesn't get anywhere near it. Yeah, Welbeck. Well, actually, no, sorry. It's more like Kraft, isn't it? So Welbeck gets a free header, more or less, but it was a crowd of players, and he heads it slightly wide of goal. But the warning signs are there, and it's only 9 minutes.
Yeah, this hasn't gone to plan. I wouldn't have thought for Eddie Howe.
No,
but we don't have St. Maximin to give them anything to worry about right now. The midfield is not really. It's an offside position to Brighton, but they weren't actually attacking there. But midfield hasn't really had a grasp of this game. It's being kept down the wings, as you say. It's been kept away from midfield, really. It's all down our right, down their left. And we do need to sort ourselves out here. That's another poor ball from Newcastle, from Kraft. Lamptey, so Welbeck's on the ball. He's in the middle of the pitch. He squares it wide. Trossard, I think. Gross it was, sorry. Who whipped it in across the box. Trossard on the box now. Ball now. Cucurella on the left. Their left. And it's still Brighton with the ball. Newcastle's right, their left. And they're doing the nice pretty triangles again. We're not really anywhere near this. We're not putting them under any kind of pressure. There's no nibbling at the ankles. It's now moved over to our left, to their right. And Newcastle trying to get out of the box here, trying to move up the pitch a bit. Of course, we've pushed them all the way back to the halfway line, in fairness, and they're now in their own half. But that midfield, I don't know what's going on. We don't actually have anybody in the middle of midfield. And it's a ball in from Brighton, goes right across the front of the goal. And it's went to the far end to Cucurella, who tried to do something clever, didn't work out. Newcastle, lovely turn from Chris Wood, who feeds Murphy. Murphy's in on goal here. He's got Fraser in support. Here comes Murphy. Oh, it's off the post. Right, Fraser! Goal!
Get in.
Get in.
Woo! 1-0.
Yes.
Oh,
Get in.
we have not deserved this, have we?
Brilliant
Come on.
counter-attack.
Totally against
11
run of play, but
minutes.
who cares?
11 minutes.
Get in.
Brilliant counter-attack. First shot by Murphy was a try to dink it over the keeper. It didn't quite work. Ball forced to Ryan Fraser. My prediction for the first goal, well, the only goal really, but and the wee man's there. Kicks it in the net. He's loving it. It's Newcastle 1, Brighton 0. Didn't deserve it. Don't care. Here we go. Someone commentate this from the back here. So it's fed from Willock to a lovely turn from Chris Wood, who sells his marker. He then feeds Murphy, who went along with him. Murphy's into space. He's behind Cucurella. He tries to dink it over the keeper. Comes off the post. Falls to Ryan Fraser, who's stuck with him. And it's a tap-in, really, in many ways. Brighton can't do anything about it. That was a breakneck speed counter-attack from Newcastle United. So unlucky from Brighton, by the way, with the way it bounces off the post there. Unbelievable. And look that. Falls beautifully for Ryan Fraser. Already had one shot earlier on in the game. It was saved. 1-0 Newcastle. Back in play.
Mind you, how many times has Murphy hit the post this season? He got it against Everton.
Amazing.
He got it just there. I'm sure he's had a few more.
Yeah, he's had it a heap, and it's always when he's one-on-one with the keeper as well. He dinks it, and it always hits the post. It's just
He's not going to stop doing that, is he?
No.
So we're back in play. Fantastic goal from Newcastle, and Murphy's away again here. He's got Willock in support. He's in the box, in Brighton box. He's well marked at this time, and he's trying to turn his man. Didn't quite work. We'll get a throw in. Basically about 20 yards out, down our right. Crowd is up for this, and it
was a great ball by Joe Linton. Then
Newcastle win a free kick. I think that was Murphy who went down. So this is now turn of circumstance. This is now a very dangerous free kick for Newcastle. That was a beautiful, beautiful dink from midfield over the top from Joe Linton. Absolutely glorious dink to Murphy, who was running onto it. Beautiful. And anyway, so it's a free kick to Newcastle. Presumably Shelby will be taking this. Could be Murphy. Our right, their left, probably about 20 yards out.
Straight to Chris Wood's head, please.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, Chris Wood's got his hand up. Or was that sure? Can never tell. In goes the ball and it's hit it. It's goal! Oh! Come on, Fabian Shaw! A bullet header from a free kick.
Yes.
2-0.
Get in. Come on.
Wow.
Woo! Yes.
Come
That
on.
is just
well,
dream starts. Dream starts.
Come on, 40 minutes. 2-0 Newcastle.
That is
Incredible.
Come on, you black and white bastards.
Come on.
Oh, with his
2-0.
beard,
Come
looking
on.
very unhappy.
Eddie and his mighty mags. Come on. That is fucking superb.
Oh, let's watch this replay. This has gone pretty well. I told you it was an easy 2-0. Here comes the ball. Ryan Fraser takes the free kick, in fact. Everyone's just onside. And it's to the near post. And Fabian Shaw leaps like a fucking salmon. Heads it to the keeper. The keeper gets a hand to it, but he can only pass it into the back of his net. It is fucking brilliant.
It is.
We are dangerous from set pieces these days. You got to say, we are dangerous from set pieces. It is a glorious, glorious striker's header from the defender there. Newcastle 2, Brighton nout. Get in.
Get in. Come on.
It's been a weird game, hasn't it?
So 5 minutes ago, you wouldn't have said that, would you? 5 minutes ago,
already the ball is back in play.
Brighton.
And it's already back in play. I think Lamptey's been given offside or possibly a foul. I can't really tell the lines, but it didn't flag. Getting no
Next
time
one
to
deserved to be
celebrate.
2-0 up, but I'll gladly take it. That's for sure.
Oh,
Good old
Timmy's on.
Dibby.
Oh boy, Timmy.
Hey.
Oh,
I think we're all dreaming, mate. We're all dreaming. And I
He's
don't want to
like-
wake up either.
he's like,
Shaman.
he's like a fucking shaman.
2 goals inside the first 15 minutes. When was the last time that happened?
Tip of the hat to Adam for that one. He's like a
If we-
shaman.
If we've got comment of the year, I think Adam's in front.
Greg, use that on the bloody banner for the review show. Leaps like a
Will
shaman.
do. And I reckon that deserves your Michael Owen DVD, mate.
Oh, fucking please have this fucking Michael Owen. No, it stays there until we lose. So anyway, it's Willock on the ball in the middle here, and when Brighton's half, kind of forgetting to commentate on the game here. So Joel's passed it to Weeman, who feeds it inside to Kraft. Was that Kraft? Whoever it was, he immediately lost the ball. It's lamped up forward
Probably
to Brighton,
Kraft.
but it's well defended. And Shelby is trying to do something, but anyway, it's fed back to Dubravka. So the win probability is 0% for everybody by those things. Nice one, computer. That was really helpful. Did you see that? The win percentage thing?
Yeah.
Like 0, 0, 0. Freaking correct that is.
Slightly broken.
I think the only thing that'll cap this off is a Chris Wood goal now.
Not the icon, mate. The friggin' DVD, the Michael Owen DVD.
Well, we didn't predict this, did we? No way.
Someone did. Furious predicted 2-0. Here's
Not
Wood
this
on the
early in
wing,
game.
going past his man, and he's taken down very, very badly. And the referee gives a fucking nothing. Lets him play on. Here's a win percent: 86% to Newcastle, a draw 10%, Brighton 4% on that computer. That is never right.
How is that not a free kick?
Because we're winning. I don't know. Anyway, beautiful bit of control from well back there. Looked like it came off his hand. It did. Referee's giving it free kick to Newcastle, edge of the box. Oh, Bridget Scatterberg. Yeah. Now they can wait 10 minutes in, and we were looking dodgy. 10 minutes in, 30 minutes. Looking pretty sweet. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I tell you what, I'm still pumping off that. Here comes the
I think I'm still in disbelief. Like I was real worried, and then the next minute we're 2-0 up. It's like
I tell you what, that's a cracking tackle from the Brighton fella there. That was never a free kick to Woods,
No,
so fair enough to the
ball.
referee. Beautiful tackle. So Dubravka launches it up, and it's with Brighton, and it's cut out easily by Kraft, I think. I couldn't get my decide. No, that must have been Fraser.
Villa 1-0 up.
Cheers, Dex.
Southampton.
Cheers, Dex.
And Jason has said Everton in the bottom 3.
Well, here's Newcastle, edge of the box. Here's Chris Wood with the ball. I don't know what the hell he was trying to do there. It was well defended, though. So Brighton hawk it away. Now it's Shelby with plenty of space in the middle. All of a sudden, midfield has got lots of space. He's just walking through the middle here. Awful ball to the wing. Under no pressure whatsoever. Couldn't do that pass, unfortunately. And now Brighton have got the ball. And Joe Linton's running around like a blue horse fly here. He hasn't stopped, has he?
No.
And Brighton slowed down a little bit. Take a breather. That was a shame. Shelby didn't have any excuse for that terrible pass. But 2-0, 19 minutes. Not as worrisome as it would have been otherwise.
It's a dangerous scoreline though, 2-0.
1-0 is a dangerous one, mate. 2-0. 2-0 is a bit better. 1-0, you never know where you are. Obviously, the thing about the 2-0 is that if they get a goal, they'll suddenly have the tails up, and then that's kind of where it gets dangerous, isn't it? That's basically it. But if it's 1-0, then 1-0 that they get a point.
I'm more comfortable being 2-0 up, that's for sure.
We all want 3, mate. All want
3. We want 3.
I tell you what, Craig, your better half might be on for something here.
Cool,
I'll be raging if win 4-0.
Didn't Lisa say she'd get the drinks in for everybody if it was right? Oh, that's what I heard anyway.
Yeah, when we're all meet up at the end of the season, she'll get the first round in.
Come on, Lisa. I'll have a bottle of champagne, please. So it's with Newcastle on the halfway line there. Brighton not really pushing out as enthusiastically as they did before. Here's Kraft on the ball. God help us. Oh no, it's Target. Sorry, that's right. Target's on left. Kraft on the right, isn't he? Yeah. Fuck. What time is it? 1:20 in the morning.
I can hear the Joel Linton chants going. It's great.
Well, mate, have you stopped thinking about that one yet? Murphy with a terrible bit of control
No.
there. Gives it to Brighton.
Now for Gross.
Brighton with the ball. And, it's a harsh tackle from Murphy. Gives away a free kick. Terrible tackle on Gross.
Martin Atkinson eager to play the advantage.
Playing the advantage. So, Kukalaka, what he's called, I don't know. Brighton now in the middle again. And Newcastle back in their defensive positions. Mostly. 2 banks of 4. And they've just passed it through. And it's a square ball by Brighton. That was very dangerous and was well defended by Newcastle in the end, who managed to kick it all the way to the halfway line. But that was far too easy to do banks of 4 there. And Brighton are going down like a sack of shit out of everything here. Matty Target's just brought down Lamptey, but didn't seem to be an awful lot in it. First view.
No.
Palace 1-0 up. Can't see what's in that really. With Brighton down there. Oh no, that's the one where they fed it through the banks of 4. It's far too easy. Fabian Shaw there with a fantastic last minute gasp bit of defending, I think it was.
So Shaw's definitely earning his new contract, isn't he?
Yeah, apparently they've already started talks on that. Did you see that earlier on?
Yeah.
And Longy as well.
Sean Longstaff as well, which I don't really get. He's going to get absolutely 0 game time.
Becomes a free kick. It's an outswinger again. It's a pretty poor one, but still gets to Brighton. They take a kick. It's easy defended. Willock tries to do something clever, but just basically gifts the ball back to Brighton. You now have the ball back. And Newcastle are now back in their defensive shape again. And in goes the ball into the box. Getting a bit desperate with the long balls now. I have yet to see Dubravka leave his line. Newcastle have cleared it through Fraser, I think that was, near the corner flag. And Eddie Howe does a little cheeky back kick. That'd be interesting seeing Eddie Howe do a backflip. Little back kick to buy us a little bit of time there. Got a cheer from the crowd. 23 minutes in, Newcastle's 2-0 up. I'd love to see the possession of this one because we haven't had a lot of it.
No.
Chris
Our midfield has been chasing shadows a bit.
Yeah, it does. Very unusual, actually. We've been pretty solid in defence all year. Here's Brighton in our own half, in Newcastle's half. Trossard on the ball. Again, Target in our right. Keeping the pressure on Kraft. Shelby is beaten by his man. It's whipped switch ball. Easily defended by Target. Comes to Joe Linton, who now takes a drive and run up the pitch. And promptly does a shoulder fall over. And now Brighton bring it all the way back again. And they fed it through the line to Welbeck, who was in our box. And Joe Linton came all the way back from that mistake and managed to put a foot in for a defensive block. And it's a throw into Brighton.
His work rate's incredible. I've just been focused on him. He's just been everywhere on the pitch. So
I don't know if anyone can see my my background here, but we are trying to get a campaign together to get Joe to Qatar for the World Cup in 2022. So the 2 little stamps are. And, if you want to share that hashtag on Twitter or any other social media, more than happy for you to do so.
Balls with Brighton in the box. Sorry, Craig. Balls with Brighton in the box. He skins Shelby. Pulls it back. Free kick, but was well defended by Dan Burn. And it's cleared by Fraser, who gets taken out along the way. And gets a free kick from the ref. Sorry, Craig.
Okay.
Why does Joe want a guitar anyway?
God knows.
it's almost as good as the meow.
33% possession, apparently.
Yeah, he megged Shelby there, whoever that was. Far too easy and very dangerous cut back. Well blocked. Dear me. Beautiful pullback. And Matty Target was just too late to block it out. So Newcastle taking the time for the free kick. 25 minutes.
He hasn't stopped shouting instructions, has he, Big Dan Burn?
No, it's what you want as well. Him and Trippier would be great together with their organisation. So Matty Target on the halfway line for a throw-in to Newcastle. 25 minutes, 26 minutes. I have to say I'm quite impressed by Brighton. They haven't actually, heads haven't really gone down. They haven't lost their shape. They're still sticking to the plan, even though they're 2-0 down. They can obviously see there's something in this game. We've had a lot of dangerous positions inside our box in particular, and a little bit better finishing. Maybe if more players playing, you never know. They may have a goal out of this so far. As it is, they haven't not.
Dexter's made a comment. Shelby is losing his spot to Bruno. Bruno would actually be more suited to this game. He'd actually calm us down and keep possession a bit better. So I'd be interested to see if he does start to come in.
It also pressure. I mean, Joe Linton's doing all the pressure right now. He's doing all the running to keep pressure on off the ball. Bruno does a lot of that as well, doesn't he? He does a lot of high pressure stuff off the ball.
Yeah, he gets
Shelby,
around the pitch a lot.
I think Shelby's meant to be kind of like an anchor, sort of pulling the strings, and he's been doing all right lately. In fairness to him, but this game seems to be passing him by a little bit.
Same with Willock as well, to be honest. I know Willock is at his best when we play the possession game, as we proved against Brentford, but he's been fairly anonymous so far in the first 25 minutes or so.
Yeah, Lamptey with an offside there, so just realised how slow Target was turning around there. Probably Paul done it. I do like Lamptey though. He's a talent, isn't he?
Very quality player.
Absolute talent.
The last time they played us at St James, he tore us to shreds.
Yeah,
that's the game. I think ASM bottled it. He went off injured, didn't
he? Yeah, he couldn't cope with him, so he went off.
Yeah. Games in charge, 1-5, drawn 5, lost 5.
So ball's back in play, lofted up into Brighton's area, and sort of ball hung around the air. Everyone lost it, and it came all the way back to Newcastle. It's probably going to be back to the keeper. Yeah, it is. So here's Dubravka, launches it up the pitch, doesn't bother trying to do that clever play from the back stuff, and almost predictably, it's taken up by Brighton. Lovely long-legged tackle from Dan Burn there, but it was offside anyway. They're trying to spring this offside trap quite a lot, and they're getting caught out just now, but you have to think at some point they're going to break that back line. Man, you haven't said that. Lamptey is just dawdled all the way back from the box. Miles offside. It's a shame as well. Big Joe managed to shield that ball and take away from Lamptey, so on the move upwards. So here's the ball with Murphy on our right. It's to Willock. This is in Brighton's box. A bit of a hospital ball from Joe to Shelby, and Brighton pick it up through Lamptey again, and it's fed straight through to Welbeck, who's in on goal. Takes a shot, and it's well defended by Dubravka, who has come off his line for the first time all game. But that was just one pass from midfield straight through to Welbeck, straight through the lines again, and they get a shot on goal due to a really poor ball from Joe Linton.
I think it was Shelby that gave up possession easy enough.
Well, the ball was passed to Shelby, and Shelby didn't come to Shelby, so I'm blaming Joe for that one.
Yeah, that was Joe. It was an off pass.
But there was 5 Newcastle players around that, and only Brighton had it. So it's a corner to Brighton, in swinger, free header down, and it's defended, and it's a free kick on by Lamptey, who kicks it straight into Chris Wood, I think it was. It bounces right off him, and it's all the way up to the halfway line, and then all the way back to the keeper, who's playing Russia at the minute.
Tell you what, Timmy, if Kraft does give away a penalty, I never want to see him anywhere near the squad again.
So balls with Willock in the middle. Plenty of space on the right here for Fraser, who's got tons of area, tons of space to run into. Yes, I think it's Fraser. No, it's Kraft. Oh, Christ, I'm going to get around all game, aren't I? Here's Murphy. Whips it in. Easy defended by Brighton. And Brighton very calmly, very neatly maintain possession instead of just launching it. And they've passed it very, very cleverly to midfield, who have now spread it out wide to Lamptey, who's playing more as a wing forward than a full back. And they are now in our final third here, and they've just fed it straight through again. It's well defended. Mighty target. Passes up the line, but we can't stick. And it's back with Brighton again. Good pressure for Brighton, this. And it's with Cucurella. And Brighton just taking the sting out the Pace of the game here, slowing it down, moving it back and say from one side to the other on the halfway line. Lamptey marginally on the side by those things. Tries to cross it in. It's cut out nicely by Joe, who tries to release Murphy. But Brighton defend that easily. And Brighton launch it again down the right. And it's well defended by Target. And probably an accidental kick to the head by Gross to... Who was that? Ryan Fraser, who gets a lot of those, doesn't he? He's only about 4 foot.
Every game he chops it in the head.
Every game. So 30 minutes in, Fraser's down. Gross is having a word with the ref. I doubt you'll get anything for that. He had no idea he was there. Fraser studs to the face for his troubles. Another one for the mantelpiece of collection of kicks to the face.
We just can't take possession, can't we? We can't control the ball at all.
I tell you what, mind you, there's no malice, but that foot is high. That is a high foot. I know Fraser's not very tall, but that foot would have hit anybody sort of top of the chest.
Treatment for Ryan Fraser, who made an early impact in this match.
Yeah, Demi thinks that's a card.
I think it has to be a yellow.
Which ended with him hitting the post.
I think Fraser ducked a little bit into it. That might have changed the ref's mind on it, but you know, there are always occasions where you need to have your foot high. I don't think every time the foot hits somebody that has to automatically be a free kick.
Yeah.
But and it's especially difficult to see when it's Fraser, who's a midget. Cracking finish from Fraser.
And as he was making that run, so was Ryan Fraser.
Look at that bullet header from Shaw.
Cracking.
Doesn't smell very often, does it?
Really good delivery from Ryan Fraser.
Fabian Shaw. Maybe when he gets his contract, he'll like crack a smile. Do we reckon he'll stay?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's happy now. I think he's playing every week. Why would he leave? You know.
Yeah.
You see the potential of our club as well. Like I think a lot has changed since the Bruce days.
You could potentially think, you know what, this lot have got so much money, I'm probably going to be second choice. You could think that, maybe. You can already see Lascelles not getting in the game, and he's supposed to be the captain. There'll be a few people who are thinking that, I think. All right, anyway, the ball's played up our left, Brighton's right. Cleared by Brighton, very high ball. And Kraft with a nice touch, in fairness, and it's Murphy couldn't feed him, but Murphy gets the ball back, and Shelby's in support. We play it back over into our own half. There's something on the pitch. I don't know what that is, but there's something on the pitch, something black. And poor ball from Shaw, who tried to play it down the line, and Brighton win it back. So halfway line. Offside again to Brighton. Whatever we're doing it well with this back line here. Getting a lot of offsides here. I think I'll have a drink of tar. Nice tasty tar. Fucking awful Coopers at the moment.
So we've already doubled the amount of goals we've scored against them in the Premier League.
Jesus. I forgot that was two. It was literally just 2 goals the whole 9 games, wasn't it? Oh, God, I forgot about that.
That's a positive start.
COVID. And the ball's bounced around a little bit in midfield. Willock's done well to win it back. Fraser on the ball. And pulls it back to Joe, who's under pressure. And squares it to Shelby, who spreads it out to our right. And now it's Murphy on the ball. He's going to try and dig it into the box. He's trying to go to Fraser at the far end. It's easily defended. And Newcastle win it back, though. And it could have been a bad foul by Joe, but he gets away with it. Brighton have the ball. And for once, Latcher, whatever he's called, is stopped in his tracks by Murphy. So Newcastle now have the ball back in their own half. And it's all the way back to Dubravka.
Norwich are losing.
Shit. Well,
looks like we've got a Brighton fan on as well.
Oh yeah. Come on, Brighton. Nice one, Christian. The boys aren't doing too well, unfortunately. Well, they're doing all right, but they're not, obviously down 2-0. Ball's fallen to Willock in had more time than he thought there, I think. Ball fell to Willock, had a bit of space around him, and tried to pass it quickly to the wing, but it went straight out, unfortunately. So throw in to Brighton. There's St. Maximum on the bench there next to Dwight Gale. So it's Cucurella. I think this must be those flags or something, or the foil that they put on the seats for the game.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them on the pitch now. So he's Cucurella in a dangerous position, and he was going to cross it in the box, decided against it. But Brighton in possession in Newcastle's half. Yeah, bit of pressure and quite happy to go backwards, Brighton. Spreading it out to our right, so Kraft's position is spreading it to. Nope, going to cut it back in. Yeah. I think Brighton are just trying to move us around a little bit here and trying to find a space to make a killer pass. The front two are static at the minute. Welbeck's not really making any runs. Dunk with a lovely ball, spread it out wide to Cucurella on the wing, who's cut it inside to Trossard, who's fed it to Cucurella again, and it's pinballed off a couple of defenders. And Dubravka dives on it like a pouncing tiger, and Brighton get nothing out of that. Look at that haircut. Jesus Christ. That's like a Colaccini effort, isn't it?
Shit, Colaccini.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Where's Cucurella from? He's not. He sounds a bit South American, doesn't he? Anyone know?
Yeah, sounds. I'm not too sure. Might be Argentinian.
Someone wants to let one know in the comments.
Palms 2-0. Brentford 1 up. I was just thinking the same as Adam there. Like, what's that shit on the pitch? I was just thinking that looks like the stadium is shite, doesn't it? Where they always have like crisp packets blowing around and stuff.
Yeah, the club might not let wall flags use those foil things anymore.
Yeah, I don't think the display really clicked. The problem with those kind of displays where you need people to hold things up is you need everyone to do it, otherwise it doesn't really work. And from what we saw at the start there, it didn't seem like everyone was doing it.
Thanks, Harrison. He's Spanish.
Spanish. Right. So Latin something.
Yeah.
And lovely bit of defence on target there. Should have been commentating. I wasn't. Nice cushion header back to Dubravka. Cheers, Harrison, for that. Yeah, Spanish.
I mean, this is difficult.
Yeah, it's another effort of getting Lamptey behind target. They're doing that a lot on both wings, in fairness. And target was on that one. Murphy plays the ball down the wing here. We're Newcastle opposite 18-yard box. And I think we're going to throw in there. No, we don't. Brighton's throw. 20 yards out. It's almost like we scored 2 early goals too early. Like the crowd's gone quite flat, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We just haven't had the ball, so we haven't had, anything for the crowd except for the goals to get excited about.
Yeah,
I think Brighton's played a very good away game here, taking the crowd out of it.
So it's Kraft with a chip to Murphy, who passes it to Wood, who chips it back to Murphy, who is just easily bundled off the ball by Haircut 100. And so it's Brighton now with the ball down our right into our box, and he's road one challenge. And he's bringing it to Trossard, by lots of things, who's still out on the wing. And he can whip him in when he wants to. Try to be clever, but Chris Wood, who's defending deep, did all right. And then Willock gave away a free kick in a dangerous spot again. Bit of nibble on the back of Trossard there. Does that a lot, Willock, doesn't he?
Yeah. He hasn't had a good start to the game, Willock.
No, he's been fairly anonymous. Apart from that early cross where Fraser had that very early shot.
That's right, yeah. Saved by the keeper.
Much Willock's done.
He's given away more fouls than he's had possession, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So here comes a free kick from Brighton. Few players currently in the offside position. Cucurella with an outswinger. It's defended by Shelby. He heads it to Fraser, who whips it just into the middle of nowhere. That's one thing you don't see Brighton doing very often. It's just basically panic defence, clear it to empty space, But Newcastle do that all the time. Gives us a chance to get out of the box and reset. So thanks to that, we've actually pushed them back into the goalkeeper. So the goalkeeper's got the ball now, under no pressure. I don't know where Joe Linton is. There he is, left of midfield. Has he been told to sit back a little bit now because he was chasing down the keeper all kinds of things this early on in the game? If he's feeling it, oh, somebody's went down with a pull. That looked like my target's went down with something ankle injury. Yeah, looks like he's done his left ankle. So Mighty Target came out to meet the ball, went down like a sack of shit straight away. There was absolutely no contact. He's done his. He might have just rolled his ankle. It's his left ankle.
That's not good.
Just when somebody in comments said it's great to have a competent right back. Or left back. Sorry, right back. Was it left back? Yeah. He stopped straight away. So here's a replay. Comes out to meet the ball. It was an easy. Well, I don't know if
That's
he's
his
going to get the ball or
calf.
not.
Yeah.
It's his
His
calf.
calf.
Oh,
No,
no.
they're doing his ankle. It's his ankle.
Who
Who we got on the bench to
Dummett.
Dummett? Okay.
Oh dear. Dummett versus Lamptey.
Dummett on the bench there.
Oh, Mankillo can play there.
Yeah, he can.
Well, Target's putting weight on it. He might be all right, you know. It's close to half time as well. They might just say, look, it's 42 minutes. Get to half time. We'll see how you're doing.
So need a bit of protection for the next couple of minutes. Just make sure I can run it off, though. Which means
Brighton.
probably switching any pressure towards Kraft, which I'd rather not do.
Yeah, well, an injured Target isn't going to be anywhere near as good as a fit Kraft, unfortunately. Target's back on the pitch. We'll see how he gets on until half time.
Well, it's been a half with some decent chances for
There's Manquillo warming up.
for this Newcastle who have taken theirs.
Can Manquillo play left or can Kraft play left if you have to change that out? No, you just stick on Dummett, wouldn't you? So throw into Newcastle,
Choice, wouldn't it?
spread out wide to Murphy, who plays in Willock in the box, is in Brighton's box. Pulls it back to somebody, Kraft, who plays it forward to Willock, who whips in a ball. It's easily defended, but it goes out probably for a corner to Newcastle, 43 minutes. So our second corner of the game, I think it is.
First attempt in what, 10, 15 minutes or so?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been very much one way. But there again, you're 2-0 up. You don't have to try. You know, it's not for us to do it. It's for them to do something.
Be nice to go for the kill early on, though.
Well, we've got the 2 goals. I mean, you know, what will happen second half if it stays this way is that Brighton will get more and more desperate. They'll come out the box a bit more, and they'll leave space behind, and we'll bring on the same maximum, and we'll
Let's go Wood. Straight to Wood's head.
and we'll take advantage of the space. So here comes a corner to Newcastle. Mighty Target's taking it, so he's obviously feeling all right.
It's Target's corner.
It's over the top. It's good free header. Oh, Chris Wood. Oh no, it was Dan Burn. Dan Burn with a free header. I think he takes his eyes off it slightly and it kind of rolls across his face almost.
It'd be interesting to see if he would celebrate, wouldn't it? Because obviously he's playing for his boyhood club, but then he's got his old club there. I'd love to see him, you know, shush the Brighton fans and again do an Adebayor type celebration.
Oh, it's free to Newcastle. Oh, fucking hell, producer. The blue director of this game. We're watching a replay there. It dives back in and Murphy's taking a shot at goal, which is saved. But what the hell happened there? Okay, no. But yeah, so Dan Burn doing a lovely kind of late run at the back post there, and I actually saw him shout, "Mine or leave it" or something. I think he shouted something like that, and the Brighton players went, "Oh, I recognise that voice. Now he's one of our defenders." And yeah, he didn't quite get his header right. Unfortunately, he tried to hit it into the ground by lots of things and went wide. And then something happened, and suddenly Murphy was in the acres of space in the box, and it was a pretty poor shot from what I saw, straight to the keeper.
He struggles to finish, doesn't he?
He does. There's going to be some extra time at the end here, so it's 44 and a bit minutes, and Brighton can do that all day for like straight from midfield straight through to Dubravka. Here comes the replay of that incident. So it's from the keeper, so they try and play out from the back. Instant pressure from Murphy. The defender falls over, gives the ball to Murphy, who really poor shot to keeper. Towards the keeper, he just saves it easy enough. He's just absolutely flipped that off. Fraser was in acres. 3 minutes out of time. I thought it'd be more than that.
I think Murphy, he's trying it a little bit too hard. He wants to get that goal to try and cement his position in the squad. But I think even if he does score today, I think ASM just walks back into that position. I think he's the one person who you have to have on that team sheet.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's done well to fill in while he's been out, but
But, you know, Maxim has been guilty of taking shots when he shouldn't have taken shots and not past. You know, he does it all the time, doesn't he? So, you know, they're not exactly like for like, but it's definitely the similar behaviours for the goal. So here's Brighton, halfway line to Lamptey down our right. Down our left there, right, sorry. Joe Fraser giving him a kick in the back, just let him know that he's there. Joe Linton. Joe Fraser. Who the fuck's Joe Fraser?
The
boxer.
Yeah. So he's Brighton. Switch play to Lamptey again down that wing. I wonder if they're saying Matty Target might have an injury. Let's focus on him. And here's Gross with an in-swinger. Easily defended, should be. But by Kraft, so basically straight back to Brighton. And Newcastle sitting deep here. Nobody on the halfway line. And Brighton tried to play through the lines, overhit it, and it goes out for a goal kick to Dubravka. Fairly comfortable there. Looks like Brighton are kind of out of ideas here and waiting for the half-time as much as we are.
Just wonder how long Graham Potter will give it before he looks to his bench, because you can see on the evidence of
what do you think, Eddie, how his team talk's going to be?
I think he'll be positive. He'll be positive, I think. I wonder if we're being critical because we haven't had the ball, but I wonder if it's been a game plan by Eddie Howe knowing how Brighton play, because we have frustrated them. They've had one or two half opportunities, but nothing really concrete, and we've beat them on the counter a couple of times. So,
yeah, Brighton are getting very sloppy here. Kick straight from midfield out for a throw into Newcastle. I think Eddie Howe will be happy, but I don't think he'll be too pleased with the way midfield's been overrun, which is unusual, especially with the way of the form that Joe's in. Shelby's been largely anonymous. Willock's trying to get in the game, but not quite sticking for him. And I think Brighton are, to be fair, also trying to stick to the wings. They're trying their best to stay away from midfield. That seems to be a deliberate tactic. So, yeah, I don't know. They've had a lot of possession. They've had a lot of dangerous possession outside of our box and inside of our box as well. They just haven't been able to finish it off. Now, if they bring on Morpay, that could change very quickly.
I was just going to say, they might bring on a better striker.
But we're in a very comfortable position here now. Like I said before, at 2-0, they're going to have to come out of their positions and try and get something out of this game. They're going to leave space. We can bring on St. Maxim. And it's Murphy with a lovely inside ball to Willock, who off the inside of the netting. And it's gone half-time. So, half-time. Newcastle 2, Brighton out. And I have to say, after the first 10 minutes, it was looking very much like it was going to be Brighton's day. All the chances, all the possession, but we get that goal via Murphy, who tries to dink the keeper and it bounces off the inside of the post and falls beautifully for Ryan Fraser to tuck it in for 1-0. And then the second goal, that was the second goal. The first goal was, wait a minute, which way did this go again? No, that was the first goal. Second goal was a corner kick taken by Ryan Fraser, and it was a beautiful headed goal by Fabian Schär. So Newcastle at halftime, 2-0 up. I'm going to take a little trip to the toilet. You boys have had it. I'll be back in a bit.
So, Bobby, would you make any changes at halftime?
Not straight away. I would put St. Maximum on for Murphy in around the 60th minute, I think. And I wouldn't mind seeing Bruno on for Shelby, I think, is the change I'd make. Maybe at the same time, the 60th minute. I think if we're 2-0 up in the 60th minute, we should be able to control it from there on. So they're the two changes I'd bring on. I'd like to take Kraft off for my own sanity, but we look comfortable in defence. So, whilst we're in that, you wouldn't change the back four.
Correct. Yeah, back for unless there's an injury. I don't see any change in there needed. I would like to see Bruno come on a little bit earlier just to get a little bit of possession. More possession they have, the more dangerous they're going to be. So if we can get a little bit of that back and also the attacking threat he can provide, it'll be nice just to have a bit more composure on the ball because both teams have been sloppy. Probably just that little bit more. And I wouldn't say we got lucky with the 2 goals because we're 2 well taken goals, but I don't think we deserve to be up 2-0 at half time. If anything, you think his stats go be Brighton, but it's all about who puts the ball on the back of net at the end of the day.
Yeah, Dave, we just need a result, don't we? I don't care about much else.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly, that's the important thing. Hopefully we can keep it going, get a third, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
be fantastic.
Absolutely.
Good if we can.
So it looks like Watford Arsenal, so that's a big game for us. If Arsenal can win that,
One for entertainment.
probably puts Watford down as well. So
And meditation.
looking at the results, it looks like Norwich are finished.
Whatever you're into,
Yeah, I'd say so.
Paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus.
Go through some
SubHub.
half-time scores. Let's see if any other games are finished. So
Wake up.
in the early game, we had Leicester beat Leeds 1-0. That was at Leicester. Villa are 2-0 up at Southampton. Burnley are holding Chelsea to a 0-0 draw. We're 2-0 up against Brighton, as we know. Brentford are beating Norwich 1-0. Brentford are away down at Carrow Road as well. Palace, surprisingly, I'd say, are 2-0 up at Molineux. And the late kickoff of the day is Liverpool West Ham at Anfield. So some results going our way, some not going our way. But let's look at the draw. There's still another 45 minutes to play.
Doesn't matter as long as we get the result that we need, which is us winning.
That's true.
Everyone else can do what they want down below us. I'm going to give a shit. So I'm just going to do a screenshot of the old table as it stands. That can't be right. Yes, it is actually. Yeah. Just kind of hoping we'd have a move, but we haven't had a move. Just waiting for some stats to come up here on the old telly box. How did you do the? How did you get that extra screen up before? Did you have to open another browser tab or something? Craig.
Aye.
Try something else. So, half time, 2-0 up. I don't think. I think the only change that anyhow I might make is if Target is actually more injured than we realise.
Yeah.
I think he'll stick with the way it is for now, but I do reckon he's going to bring on St. Maxim. Probably, well, you always think about the 60th minute, don't you? Usually a good time to bring someone on, but he's just coming back from injury, so you don't want to bring him on too early and run the risk of him getting cropped again.
I'd rather see Bruno come on earlier, to be honest, to try and get back some possession.
Well, they did give Bruno 30 minutes last week, so I wonder if that's the plan again. Give him another 30 this week, and then we might see a change next week in the centre of midfield after today's display.
Yeah.
Knowing that Southampton are similar to Brighton in the way they play. So, be interesting now. We might see some changes to our starting team.
Mm-hmm. Anyone got any questions in the comments? Drop them on the side and we'll see if we can answer them for you.
That's the best I can do with short notice of the live table. So Newcastle still in 14th place. Brighton, Hove, Albion are now 13th as things stand. Still a good 5 points in us. And still with a vastly superior goal difference. They've got -7, we've got -15, even with these two goals.
We do have a game in hand as well.
We do have a game in hand, yeah. That'll bring us within striking distance. But Brentford, who are 2 games in hand, 2 games more than us, 1 point behind. And Everton, as one of the guys in the comments said, Everton now bottom 3. When do they play? They play tomorrow?
Yeah, they must do.
Yeah, I think so. So there's a bit of a gap there, isn't there? So between Brentford and Leeds now, there's a 4-point gap there. So it might go down to 3 going down from 5 from Leeds down, and Brentford and Newcastle are rising up the chain now and not have to worry about it. So that's good.
It's amazing though. Still looking at that, what are we now? 6 points clear of bottom 3.
Yeah.
But it's still amazing how tight that is. It's Leeds on 23, and then it's all the rest of us. There's like a mini section, and there's a bunch of people on 30s, and there's anywhere from the bottom 5 are looking really dodgy. But Jesus, how good does it feel to have 6 point clearance?
Oh, that's amazing.
With the run of away games we've got coming up, to be honest, I would love Chelsea just to get the sneak little win at Burnley, because Burnley are probably just parking the bus there. And that'll put us 7 points, which is effectively a 3-game buffer. So with these 3 away games, all very tough away games, we've got that little bit of fallback, It'd be nice just to have that little bit of cushion.
Yeah. See if I can get the results up. I don't know if this is actually... Wait a minute. December 21. Jeez, let's get that off. It's a long ago since I did that.
The results won't look good there for us.
No, God almighty. I don't want to have to think about that. So, half-time, 2-0. 33% possession, I think someone said. I'm still waiting for the stats to come up on the screen here. So we've predictably not had much of the ball, even at home, because Brighton are very handy on the ball. We've got 2 goals against the run of play, I think you'd have to say. How do we see the second half going? Do you think it's going to stay 2-0, Bobby? Do you reckon we'll get one more? Do you think Brighton will come back into it with a goal of their own?
I think as Brighton will try and they'll stretch and they'll pour forward a little bit, especially probably from the 60th minute onwards, which will probably leave them more exposed. So it might coincide with the time that St. Maximin comes on as well. And that opening them up might play into our hands, which will be great. So I can see maybe a 3-0 or, as Elisa said, 4-0 win if that was to happen. If we can hold on and keep our defence as sturdy as it has been, we could get a couple of goals as they open up a bit.
Yeah. I've got some stats on the app here, but kind of all over the place. But it does say on the Optus app that it's 35% possession to their 65% possession. 7 total shots to their 9 total shots. Predictably, we've only had 155 total passes. They've had 281. 10 interceptions to their 8. And we've had 1 to their 2 corners and no offsides, which is amazing, to their 4 offsides. So you can see that the direction of play pretty much is with them. Oh, I tell you what, 2-0 half time, didn't predict that. Well,
anyone want to answer Dex's question there?
Well, for me, Dex, it's a reward system. So for me, and I think you could look at Rafa, who was kind of the polar opposite. He would look at every game in isolation and say, well, these are the guys' weaknesses. These are my best team. These are my best players. I'll play the best players to fit the best system to have the best chance of beating that team. Eddie Howe is more of a, and it might be because he's been parachuted in halfway through the season and he's got a bunch of players that aren't even his, but he seems to be more of a position where, like, if you're playing well, if you're in the team and you're playing well and you're justifying your position, then I'm not going to take that away from you just because it's a different game and we're against different opposition. I'm going to let you. It's essentially, I'm going to let you take it away from yourself. So it's a reward system. If you do well, I reward you by. If you do well, I reward you by getting the next game. If you don't do well, then you know exactly what to expect. You can expect your position to go off, and someone else will fill it. I've just got to get some more stats here, and basically, it's exactly what I've just said. Yeah. So for me, I can see the logic behind it. Personally, I can see why both systems. I can see why all kinds of different systems would work. But I think he's been dropped in halfway through the season. The morale was rock bottom. And I think part and parcel of him coming in and trying to get Newcastle up the table was to give everyone that confidence boost, make them feel good about themselves. And part of that is simply, if you do well, you play the next game. And players love to play games. Nobody wants to be sitting on the bench. So for me, I don't think it's in danger of backfiring. You can't really say it's in danger of backfiring when we're unbeaten all year. If anything, it's in danger of being too successful, because there are going to be players like St. Maximin sitting on the bench who might get a bit pissed off that he's not playing the game. That's maybe that's the backfiring that I can see. But as far as a winning team's concerned, we are doing tremendously well with this system, and I don't think Eddie Howe should be thinking about changing it anytime soon. What do you reckon, Bobby?
Well, you can't argue with it, can you? Because the proof is that we are being successful with it. We're the second form team of the Premier League by doing what he's doing. So it's working. It invites competition, because Bruno's got to step up. So Maxim's got to step up. Almiron has got to, every time he gets an opportunity, play well, or he'll know he won't get in. Murphy, to keep his spot, is trying. You can see him. He's trying to get that goal because he wants that starting berth. So I think it's it is a good philosophy, and whilst we're winning, we just got to keep backing it up. We've gone to 28 points now. When Eddie Howe took over, 28 points looked like mission impossible. I don't think anyone can have a go at what he's trying to do there. I think it's working, and let's keep going. I think, though, in saying that, this midfield has been beaten pretty comprehensively today. Mm-hmm. So it might give Bruno the opportunity to get a starting berth against Southampton. As I said earlier, Southampton play pretty similar way to Brighton. So hopefully, I think he'll be more suited to that game.
So who would you drop for that game in that case if Bruno was going to come in, let's say?
Depending on how he wants to form that midfield, either Shelvey or Willock. I'll keep Joe Linton, because Joe Linton's work rate defensively is too vital for us. He's the only one that's doing that. So either Shelvey or Willock. I'd probably say Shelvey, because Willock is scoring goals. So as a threat on the counter as well. So that's what I'd do.
Yeah,
but then he gets rid of another captain, though. Yeah, it gets rid of another captain, though. Like they're dropping like flies.
Phil's bring the souls back in.
I'm sure Dimmy would like that comment.
Good old Dimmy. He loves the man. He loves the cells, really. Yeah, I don't disagree. We definitely do need to win this game, and pretty good start, really. 2-0.
Well, the 3 points would be vital, because we said 5 to 7 points in this run of games is what's needed. We've got 3, so it puts it in our hands, doesn't it?
It does. So everyone's back on the pitch here, just waiting on the ref. I think it's an interesting comment, actually. Our battle from Ibrahim Hoti here. Our battle isn't surviving relegation; it's finishing in the top 10. Are we at the point where we're looking up?
Not yet.
No.
Let's see how we go after these next 3 away games.
Yeah. They'll be key.
All right, players underway. Newcastle kicking down the field to Gallagher, so we must have won the toss at the start. And
you're spot on, Ian.
It's with the defence.
2-0's a nice lead, but
half the St James's Park crowd are still in the pubs. There's lots of empty seats everywhere. Yeah, no doubt. Probably just stood in the bloody queue for the pisses, if anything. Fucking queues are a nightmare. And it's with Brighton now. Midfield down there, right? I didn't see any changes, by the way.
No.
Oh, there's Lamptey kicking it out for a goal kick to Newcastle.
I agree with you. I agree with the comment there from Jason as well. I think they're coping, Jason, our midfield, but I think they are getting overrun, and I think it'll open up the opportunity for Bruno, who would be more suited.
Yeah, I think Shelvey's been told today to be a deep line holding midfielder. He's made 0 runs into their half, and but the problem is with Shelvey, he's not particularly mobile. And if you're going to be a holding midfielder, you do have to have a bit of pace about you, a bit of sharpness. And Bruno would have that, absolutely. But Bruno has a penchant to get up the pitch, doesn't he? So would you play Bruno? I mean, we've said it all the way through January. I was saying we need a defensive midfielder. We need a defensive midfielder. Bruno was touted as a defensive midfielder, but for what I've seen so far, he's more of an attacking midfielder. If anything, he loves to get in the box, doesn't he?
Played
He's
lot
a
of defen-
box-to-box midfielder. He will.
No.
He's very similar style of play to Kabay, and a player like him who we've missed since he went to PSG. He will run the full 90 minutes, covering every blade of grass, even just like what Joe does, but with a bit more clinical finish, hopefully.
Yeah. He feels like the kind of player to me who'll give away a lot of fouls, actually, Bruno. We goes in hard with tackles. Anyway, it's with Brighton in the centre circle. Newcastle's sitting deep. Just giving Brighton pretty much the whole field here. See what they can do with it. And they're just trying to pull people out of position. There's a lot of space down our left, their right. Trossard's dinked it into the middle. Welbeck went down like a sack of shit looking for it was Lamptey maybe went down like a sack of shit looking for a penalty. Gets nothing. No doubt that's going to get reviewed and see what happens with that. But still with Brighton. Still in front of our deep banks of, well, everyone's defending really. I always like the idea of keeping someone on the halfway line, I hate the idea of taking someone out of it. Ball's whipped into the middle. It's defended by Shelby. Willock can't get his foot in it. It's fallen to Brighton, who take a shot, but it's blocked by Shelby again. Wood uses his body to leverage the ball, but Cucurella, whatever his name is, tracks back, gets the ball back for Brighton, who are now in their own half.
He's been very good.
He's been all right, hasn't he? Yeah. Not been too bad. Without actually really doing anything. It's like one of those kind of lots of running, but you could say that for the whole team, really. But another comfortable ball player.
Paul would take Murphy off for Bruno, but who would you play in the front three then, Paul?
You're going to put Bruno down the wing then. So here's Brighton in front of our back four players. Shelby gets the ball. Target under pressure, releases Willock, I think, who gives the ball away under pressure, and Brighton comes straight back. And then BDB launches it into the air. Brighton get the ball back again. So second half pretty much exactly the same as the first half here. Newcastle struggling to get anything on the ball. Brighton are so comfortable just moving this ball around.
Yeah. Trademark Graham Potter team.
And yeah, Fabio Schär clears a cross into the box to nobody really for a throw-in. Replay of Lamptey going down. Big Dan Burn on his back. Hands are on the back, mind you, but Lamptey just lets his legs go, and that would have been unbelievably harsh.
Yeah, that's not freaky.
But this is the thing with VAR, you just spin the wheel, don't you? You just hope that maybe someone in VAR booth thinks, oh, that's worth another look. 2 hands on the back. How many times have we seen Lascelles give away a penalty like that? Or Schär for that matter. Anyways, with Brighton, Lamptey down the wing, digs it forward to Gross, and Joe Linton all the way back, defending well, and he's doing the shearer in the corner here, looking for help, needs a bit of help here, and he managed to win a throw-in. Well done, Joe. Gets a round of applause from Matty Target there. Big Joe.
He's such a player for us at the minute. He's irreplaceable right now, Joe Linton, isn't he? He really is.
Yeah. He's got an engine on him, and he just never stops.
I like that too. Pascal Gross went to put his arm on him and he just slapped it off him.
Slapped it down. I was like, get the fuck off.
Yeah, I love that aggressiveness.
So it's again with Brighton. I'm going to probably say this a lot in the next few minutes. Brighton just freedom of the pitch to walk into our half, which I've always hated to see. That's why I think sticking someone on the halfway line, at least to give a bit of pressure, is usually a good thing. But anyway, nobody ever seems to do it, so what do I know? We are putting pressure on Brighton here to get the ball, but as yet, Brighton are comfortable. It's a long launch ball to Welbeck, who gets his head on it, and there's a little bit of confusion in the box. No call from Dubravka, who does claim it, but yeah, Dubravka doesn't talk enough, does he?
No. Well, we heard the rumours that in January that Howe was looking, and they did try to get Henderson from Man United.
Here comes Fraser down the wing. He's passed it to Target, who tried to cross it, took a deflection straight to keep his hands. Yeah, well, I don't know if he was trying to replace him or if he was just looking for a better number 2. I mean, Dubravka could be number 2 if you got a better keeper, but because you've got Darlow there, that's basically our only backup keeper, Ken Darlow, and yeah, I don't want to see him playing again.
No.
I mean, to be completely fair to you, though, he had a good period of time where he was actually doing all right, and he was kind of making me eat my words a bit, but he's always weak on crosses. He doesn't dominate his box, but I'm seeing a bit of that from Dubravka now as well. I don't know what's going on with Dubravka at the minute, but he's not, in this game particularly, he's not dominating his box.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think we do need someone who does that a little bit better in the summer, but and if Dubravka's number 2, it's good.
You know, like Hugo Lloris just comes out and claims everything. And so does De Gea. You know, all these top keepers don't give anybody an inch in the box. Anyway, it's Newcastle are struggling very hard to get on the ball here. Brighton are basically camped in our half at this point. We keep leaving space out on our left wing. Lamptey again is in acres. It's coming down Kraft's side, but Lamptey is constantly being left in space here. And yeah, it's going to come to... Well, no, they've actually lobbed it over. And Big Dan Burn is... Big... And it's getting very scrappy. Oh, we've got a free kick from the rest. Big Dan Burn was doing a cracking job. And I think Fraser managed to win a free kick there.
Shelby does look like he's walking on... he's running on quicksand a little bit. He looks very tired.
He's looking... yeah.
And this is what happens. If you play the same team on and on and on, their bodies will tire. The fatigue will set in. So you do need to change it up now and again.
Yeah, well, I mean, this comes back to Dexter's point, and I suppose there is some truth in the question that, you know, maybe it can backfire. Here comes Morpay coming on, as well as some other fella. Don't know who it is. Sonny March is coming on as well.
He's a good little player too.
I think the game's crying out for ASM, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the ball's been played down the left to Welbeck. He's got Kraft for company. He's cutting back inside onto his right foot. And the centre now spread back down to the wing. Cucurella squared it, and it's been defended by Kraft, who was more central than he should have been on the wing, really. But anyway, gets ahead to it. Goes out for a corner to Brighton. Come to the centre, Welbeck might be offside. Huh?
Go on.
The commentator was saying Welbeck might be an offside there if I had went in, but sure he's offside either way. Anyway, here comes the corner. And he goes, a goal to Brighton. Dubravka, absolutely nowhere near. Lewis Dunk gets the goal. It's 2-1 to Newcastle. That was a shocking bit of keeping from Dubravka. Absolutely unopposed run from Dunk as well. You have to say it. No challenge whatsoever. Free header, very much like the Shaw one, actually, in many ways.
Dubravka's got to control it there. He's got to.
That is so bad from Dubravka. He's standing there in the middle. He gets nothing anywhere near it. So weak, not strong enough at all. I think Trossard's played a game there as well, mind you. He's tried to get in front of Dubravka to block him off, and it has worked to some extent. Anyway, here comes Newcastle on the ball with Fraser. Maybe just to give us a kick up the arse that one here, because we've been sleepwalking in that second half there. Here's Joe, and there's Fraser out on the wing. He's got 2 in the middle for company. Fraser's going to whip it in. It's defended by a Brighton head. It looked a lot like that was going to fall to us, but it didn't. Newcastle still have a bit of wind behind them, and they win a free kick about a third way in the pitch in Brighton's half. 2-1.
Now the nerves stick in.
They're just about to make a change. We've got well over half an hour to go here. And I think Eddie Howe will... Oh, dear. I'll tell you what, if that defender hadn't got a head on there, Wood was in for a tapping. Oh, was it Wood? Yes, it was Wood. Oh, devastated. Lovely cross from Fraser. Outswing it. Easily defended from Fraser there on the free kick. Pretty poor. And Newcastle played all the way back to the keeper. And Dubravka launches it.
Back towards Dan Burn.
Dan Burn getting climbed all over the place.
Will be a Newcastle throw.
And it's Newcastle throw. This will be the subs probably. Is it not? Still not ready.
Graham Potter's team.
Well, the sub's on. I didn't see that sub. Did you see it? Anyone see that?
No.
No.
No
I've seen-
subs.
I'm not seeing them on the sub line either.
Preparing to
Where are they? Anyway,
bring on Mope and March. That's on hold now.
so Brighton clear their lines. And Newcastle suddenly have this extra yard of pace. That was a terrible ball out for a throw into Brighton. But suddenly Newcastle have a bit of pace about them.
As they go in pursuit of an equaliser.
Ah,
So Brentford 3-0
Well,
up
That can't be right.
and Chelsea 3-0 up.
really?
All right.
That's what Dex is saying.
They were 0-0 at half time. Chelsea Burnley. Yeah, it is. Jesus. Oh well, cracking for us that.
That'll do.
Scored 3 goals inside 8 minutes. Chelsea.
Target now.
So
Fraser.
Newcastle really looking for an out here. We need a nice bit of play from targets. Releases Shelby, who then releases Kraft. Oh, good. Kraft on the line. Gives it to Willock. And Kraft kept his run going. Murphy tries to do a very clever back kick and it doesn't come off. And now Brighton take the ball. And they've got 3 up front here, Brighton. It's Trossard down the left. He's fed in quickly, and Fabian Schär's cut across to defend. Murphy tried to be far too clever there. Just had to do the basics, and he tried to heel it backwards into the run of Willock and completely balls it up. And now Brighton get to make their sub. Off goes Lamptey.
Coming on for the 12th time, replacing Tarek Lamptey. And Jakob Moda will make way for
Lamptey for Moda. Oh, Moda. That was Sonny Marsh. Must have managed to change that. So it's... No, sorry, it is Sonny Marsh and Mope on. Yeah, that's right. Oh, God, I'm tired. What time is it? 2:20 in the morning. Oof. Yeah, not really, Dex, because next game Murphy won't play if he keeps going like this. And that's exactly how the reward system works. You don't play very well, you don't play the next game. That's how it works. And it's with Brighton in our half.
Come on, Eddie. We need Bruno and St. Maximin on, I think.
Yeah, give the crowd a lift as well. Yeah, it's with Cucurella. Brighton really into this now. Just sort of camped outside our box here, moving it around. Nice bit of movement from their players, actually. Chasing shadows right now, Newcastle. Tons of space down our left again, and that's where it goes. And the ball gets whipped in, out swinger. It's a deep one. Murphy got a hit on it, but not very far. Still with Brighton, still outside our box. Big Dan Burn coming out to defend his position there. It's a cross that was deflected, but defended by Newcastle. It's still inside the box. Big Dan Burn with a header. And Newcastle are trying their best. And then Shelby tries to release Wood, who's a bit tied up, but at least that has released the pressure. It's all the way back to Brighton's keeper. 60 minutes gone.
Need to make some subs.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the point where you normally think a sub will come on. Graham Potter's done it. Oh, Willock, man. Willock chopped the ball there, kicked it straight into trouble, and I think you had Fraser on the wing on space and didn't even bother to see him. Kraft has just bundled down Cucurella. Play continues.
What is he doing?
Chipped to Trossard there, and Dan Burn just says no. Shuts the door. Actually, it was chipped to Gross, and Dan Burn said no. And the
What
ball
is
goes to
Kraft?
Braxton.
What is Kraft doing there? Like he's just rugby tackled the bloke again.
I don't know. Given up trying to explain what Kraft does.
Does Sweden have a national rugby team? Maybe he's trying to try it for those because he's not a very good footballer.
Cowan.
So Dubravka kicks the goal kick, and it's with Newcastle. A lot of long balls coming from Newcastle here. Not playing it along the pitch anymore. We need to keep it down the grass because we are not getting anywhere with these balls over midfield. It's back with Brighton in one half. No pressure, kind of just taking the time.
Here is Lewis Dope.
Oh, I'm a Newcastle.
Lovely spread ball from midfield down the wing to Cucurella, who fucks up his touch. Excuse the French, and goes straight out for a throw-in under pressure from Kraft. Here comes St. Maximin. Here comes St. Maxi. So who do you reckon's coming off?
Murphy.
Murphy?
Has to be.
Got to be, hasn't it?
Yeah.
See Bruno
Which side will
and,
Maxi go on, or will it be the left or the right?
I think where that Veltman is, I think the big centre back who's playing the right. So you go to the left, I think.
And Fraser switches back up to the right.
Mm.
Fraser's been quite impactful on the left. To be
Oh,
honest.
unlucky. Oh, this is in trouble here. There's been a very hard tackle on Chris Wood. I don't know how bad it was, but it was Duffy. He's pleading his innocence. Referee's giving him a yellow. I want to see the replay of this because it looked like an ankle breaker. So Chris Wood in the position. Oh my word! How is that a yellow? Dear, oh dear. There was a terrible back pass from
Jesus.
Brighton. It comes loose. Chris Wood's onto it, and Duffy pretty much takes his ankles out. Big clap and smile and a hug from Dan Byrne, who's obviously seen that a lot in his time at Brighton. Proper destroyed. And here comes St. Maximin, off goes Murphy. Murphy taking his time. That was studs into the leg, wasn't it? That was studs into the...
Yeah, that was very close to being a red.
You know, if the red card for the Brentford player last week was very similar. I know he came over the ball a little bit more on the Brentford game, but again, it was a studs lower part of the leg ankle area. Don't see why that one couldn't have been the same position, to be honest.
Mm.
So free kick from Shelby, just over the halfway line. It's fed to Joe, who heads it, and it's a panicked header from the defender, forced to Fraser, who keeps it alive. It's in the middle. It's still bouncing around. Here comes Shelby with a kick, and it's into orbit, unfortunately. Under pressure, it has to be said. Yeah, so whipped it in. Joe managed to lose his man. Panicked header from defence. I think it was under pressure from Willock. Comes back in, it's well defended, and then Shelby lashes at it really a bit wildly. He was under pressure a little bit, but took out someone's cup of tea, I think.
Big Joe ragdoll that bloke, didn't he, to get that hit up?
Yeah, didn't he? The fella just fell out like, what just hit us there? Dan Byrne is dominating in the middle here with the headers.
Yeah.
So Kraft with a bit of defensive work there, and it's with Fraser. It's all gone a bit scrappy at the minute. And it's back with Brighton in one half. Dex with the cheery outlook as usual. Never change, Dex. Never change. Keeper's just launched it straight out of play, so to throw into Newcastle just inside, I think, Brighton's half down our right. So nearly took out the dugout. 65 minutes, still 2-1 Newcastle. Balls with Joe Linton. Does a lovely turn in the midfield, maintains possession. And here's in St. Maximin, first touch of the ball. Here he goes, he's down our left. Sets up Joe. Joe plays in my target, I think it was. Ball goes in, it's deflected, and it's off for a corner to Newcastle. Matty Target's done well, hasn't he? There's a general slot in from Villa. They must have looked at Dean and thought, oh, shiny lights, let's get Luca Dean in. But at the expense of their player, wasn't it? Wasn't he a top player from last season for Villa?
Player of the year.
Yeah.
Damn, I wonder what their players are thinking about that. All right, here comes the corner. It's a long one. Keeper grabs it and keeps it under not any pressure, really. I think Dan Byrne was getting blocked off a bit. And, oh, come on, ref. Just get barged off the ball, Shelby. Here come Brighton. They've got 6 up here. Newcastle have got a few back as well. And Kraft is going to come in with a tackle. just about keeps it away from Cockachella. Whatever his name is. Ball goes in, outswing. It's defended easily by Newcastle. Still with Brighton, doing this whole thing again. They're getting the second ball. And there was a run there by Maupay, I think, and Cucurella tried to find him, but Maupay decided to stop and they go straight through to Dubravka. And I think we've got someone down.
Well, they've got a bit more about them now that this man is on alongside Danny Welbeck. And they've got to go for
It's Fabian. No, it's Kraft. Maybe a shame. Kraft went down with some kind of knock, I think. And he looks fine. 2-1 Newcastle, 67 minutes with Fraser. Just in
Surprised Bruno hasn't found his way on yet.
Well, who would you take off? I mean, who's been so bad that you would take off? Well, it's not for a change.
I haven't noticed Willock at all this half, have we?
No.
Yeah, he's putting a bit of effort in, but he's not really achieving much, I think. We got 2-1 on the prediction league.
I think everyone did.
Here's Brighton with a dangerous position, and they almost had a run in Welbeck there, but they decided to play it short rather than cut through to Welbeck. He was under pressure from Byrne, and Brighton get a throw in. They're not hanging around, and Trossard with the ball there. I think he thought about kicking it, but he didn't bother. Back with Cucurella again down that wing. That's getting pounded that wing. Oh, and that ball almost falls free to Brighton. Here comes St. Maxi. He's got 3 around him, but he's on his own. He's into the Brighton half. He needs help. He's trying to cut it back. He's being tracked, and it falls straight to the keeper. And there's a bit of pressure from Joe, and it goes out for a goal kick to Brighton. St. Maxi tried to cut back there, his normal run cut back, but Brighton were wise to it, and they were able to back pass to the keeper. But that was a lovely run from mid of our half, and he went over the halfway line into the mid of their half, really. He's getting forced out wide. He doesn't want to go wide. He tries to cut it back. And, the guy was tracking. And Chris Wood did his best to try and stop that pass from the keeper as well, but didn't quite make it. So, goal kick to Brighton. Launched all the way into Newcastle's half, and it's going to fall through to Dubravka, who hurriedly kicks it out of play. Fraser can't keep it in. Throw into Brighton inside Newcastle's half. 70 minutes. It's with Trossard. This is all Brighton still. And there's a lovely little dink into space. Maupay tries to turn and shoot. It's fallen to Trossard, but Dan Byrne reads it and gives it a head into touch for a corner to Brighton.
This is worrying.
Very.
Yeah, I think Eddie Howe needs to change something here.
I don't know. Yeah, Bruno should have been on 10 minutes ago.
You should have came on with the ESM, yeah. You can't throw this game away.
Corner to Brighton. In it goes. And it's not really going anywhere. It's a bit of ping ball. It's a free header to the keeper. And Dubravka somehow fumbles that header, and it goes out for another corner. That should have been an easy catch from Dubravka.
Yeah.
What the hell happened there? There was a nothing header. Yeah, this is all Brighton.
Awful.
I don't know how Dubravka didn't keep a hold of that. If a goal comes from this, there's going to be some words out. So it's from our left, their right. Going to be an outswinger from Gross. Out it goes. Well defended. And it's free space outside the box there. And it's all keepers. And his left end's gone out. And it's a goal kick to Newcastle. But it's getting to that stage now where it's all a bit panicky, isn't it? As soon as the ball goes in, it's all very panicky.
We can't regain possession. We can't keep possession. So it's just inviting more and more pressure. Yeah.
I think, all being completely fair about this, it'd be it wouldn't be unfair for Brighton to get something out of this game. They've been far superior as far as possession is concerned. They've had a lot more dangerous attacking play. And,
I think it was similar to the Watford game, isn't it? Where Watford scored in the 89th minute, but we thought, well, that was fair. It was a fair result in the end. We threw the game away, but they probably deserved it. And I think this game, it's very similar. We want to take the win. We want the result, but They deserve something out of this, Brighton.
Yeah, lovely bit of play from Target and Joe Linton there, working together down the left there to relieve pressure and get a throw in to Newcastle in our own half. 72 minutes. I think I'm going to end counting every minute now. Still no sign of any other subs yet from what we've seen from the cameraman.
Very strange.
How are you, man?
If Brighton get another goal with 15 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go even, I wouldn't feel too confident about us getting a point out of this. Here comes Willock, just over the halfway line. He gives it to Maxi. He's got Fraser free down the wing. He tries to feed Willock, who wasn't even watching, so I don't know what the fuck that was going to do. But Willock's managed to win it back. Well done, Willock. And to Dan Burn. No, it's Kraft. And then he feeds Fraser, and then it's to Kraft. Tries to whip it in, it's easily defended, and away by Lewis Dunk. And lovely takedown by Mope, and Brighton now have something to build on. And they're just in our own half. Goes down like sack shit, gets a free kick. Come on, ref. Mope down just over the halfway line into Newcastle's half. Goes down, gets a free kick off Fraser Ballas, I think. Fraser's starting to look a bit tired. He's been a bit anonymous this off as well, hasn't he? A little bit Fraser.
We haven't had the ball. We've been chasing ass all half.
Yeah. So it's back with Brighton in Newcastle's half, just over the line, really. Newcastle still chasing shadows. Chris Wood hasn't stopped running, but he's barely touched the ball. Must feel very Burnley to Wood right now. And Brighton with the ball in, defended by Shaw. Again, they win the second ball on the halfway line here. Under no pressure at the minute. Absolutely no pressure. Come on, get tight.
Oh, man.
Still on the halfway line. Brighton decided there wasn't anywhere to go there. He's going to spread it out to the wing, and he's sold. And it's a corner to Brighton. No, it's a goal kick to Newcastle. But that was a nice bit of wing play by whoever that guy is. And our fullback was caught napping their target. I think he was moving up a little bit too much. Sonny March. Yeah. So Sonny March got a run on him. And there was a lovely chip ball over the top down the wing. And March finds himself in the box. He actually manages to take a chip over the top of Dan Burns. And that was a hell of a chip, that. And Matty Target's tracked all the way back. Makes sure that the ball goes out for Newcastle. Goal kick. 75 minutes. 1-2 to Newcastle. Still no sign of any subs. There's a shot of Eddie Howe on the line. Still no sign of any subs. Balls with Shelby. So 35 possession first half, 31 possession second half. Here's Joe with the ball down left into Brighton's half. It's with Chris Wood, who should be in the middle, but he's on the wing. And because it's short one to Joe Linton, who feeds in Target, who tries to cross it, but it's well defended by Brighton. Goes out for a corner to Newcastle. Nice bit of wing play by Matty Target. Fullbacks have been pretty useful this game for both teams.
Come on. 15 minutes to go. Come on, lads.
Yeah, I agree with Jason there.
Here comes Fraser with a corner kick. In swing it to Joe Linton, who's easily defended. Maxi gets the ball and he thinks about doing something. He's whipped it in straight to the keeper. Absolute waste. And Brighton are sensing some here. They don't spend any time fanning around. Ball straight back into play. And they're giving it away, actually. Fraser's picked the ball up in their half. And he's giving it away. Kicks it straight out of play. Yeah, Fraser's looking tired. Here comes Bruno. 96th minute. Bruno's getting ready. Fraser looks knackered. Is it going to be enough time? 15 minutes? We want them on when it's 2-1. That's for sure. So Brighton have the ball out wide. And again, they've sold Matty Target. Joe Linton's tracking. And he's stopped the cross. And it's a throw into Brighton. In line with a goal box, what do you call it? the keeper's box, and it's gone out via deflection for a corner kick to Brighton. 77 minutes. Still no sign of Bruno yet. He is warming up. He is coming on. Here comes Gross with the outswing by looks of things. Their right, our left. It's a high one. It's going in for a header, obviously. It's well defended by Dan Burn, I think. Brighton maintain possession. And little dinks inside, and it's well defended again by Chris Wood, of all people. Brighton are doing very well here. Doing very well to get the balls in and around us. Very, very clever technical play. And Newcastle are... Look at that. Cockachella there was in absolute acres. We had a box system there. It was just a great big box from the waltz into. Corner kick for Brighton. In swinger. It's met by Joe Linton, who gets a head on it. It's fallen to Cockachella, who spreads it out wide. It's going to go back in the box. In it goes. And it should be Dubravka's, and it is, but you can never tell with Dubravka. And it's Dubravka's ball. And this should see Bruno coming on. Who do you think is going to take his place?
Willock, maybe, or Shelby?
I'd say Willock. It has been the last few games.
Yeah, that was an easy take for Dubravka, in fairness.
We've got another Brighton fan on in the chat room.
Good to see. All welcome. And Bruno still isn't on, I don't think.
Come on,
Ball's back in play.
Oh, my God.
Newcastle with the ball at the halfway line. And they've managed to conspire to give it away. I wouldn't be surprised if Fraser comes off. He's looking knackered. Mind you, Joe Willock is doing nothing. Like. Mind you, now there's Shelby. Oh, there's Fraser still. He might be knackered, but he's still stopping the play. Here comes Bruno. Fraser's on his honkers here. He is knackered. Number 21 going off. It is, in fact, Ryan Fraser coming off.
He's
So
knackered.
we're going to try and... Yeah. Bruno on, Fraser off. He's wanting a 4 in midfield, did he say that?
Yeah.
You'd probably think it'd be a 5-4-1 or 4-5-1. He's going to try and see out this game, wouldn't he? And I forgot, I didn't see who that was going on or off for Brighton. McAllister, was it?
Yeah, well, that's not a good stat to hear.
What was that?
He scored 3 Premier League goals this year as a sub, McAllister.
Yeah, fucking hell. It was McAllister, right? So ball's with Brighton, already down our line. He's sold Bruno, stuck on his arse. Brighton take a shot at goal. Well saved by Dubravka at the near post from a shot from Trossard. Very good player, Trossard. And Bruno got sold a short one there. I think he got dumped on his arse. He has just come on the pitch, mind you. Yeah.
Burnley conceded a fourth.
Hey?
Burnley are 4-0 down now.
Fucking hell.
This is a big win. This is a big 3 points for us now. This is huge.
Huge. Brighton have the ball back again in Newcastle's half. 80 minutes. Trossard on the ball. Gets away from Joe Linton. He's got 3 midfielders around him and still gets the ball past them all. But and he's still back on the ball. He's a good player, Trossard, man. Yeah, last 10 minutes. Brighton. Everything to play for Brighton here. Bruno sitting deep. Looks like he's must be doing a pivot with Shelby by looks of things, the way he was sitting there.
Yeah, it looks like a 4-2-3-1. Yeah.
Down from a tackle by Target, but I think to Sonny Marsh, but the referee's played on. Brighton switch play down our left, but it didn't work. It's cut out by Kraft, who only succeeds in heading it straight back to Brighton. Yeah, kind of agree with Mark Campbell.
Definitely agree with Mark.
Absolutely agree with that. Yeah. So Brighton in Newcastle's half. Big 10 minutes here for Newcastle. And if we can get the hold of the bloody ball, that is. It's a very clever touch. It's just on the edge of our box. Cleared by Emil Kraft. It was a very clever touch from Brighton there to get it away from, I think it was Shaw. And Brighton have a throw in just inside our half. Down our left, there, right. Again, not wasting any time. They can see there's something in it for them. Beautiful tackle from Bruno there. Stop the forward play in an instant. Then Shelby's released Maxi. He's in on ball. In on goal. He's in the box. He takes a shot. He's tried to dink it. It's gone off for a corner, I think. Yeah, he
Cracking
dinked it
ball.
once. He cut it back once. He cut it back again. It was a lovely release from Shelby. And I think he just had to kick it the first time. He's right-footed, Maxie, isn't he?
Aye.
This is down our left, so he's always going to cut in. So he cuts in once, but then I don't know why he doesn't just shoot. He tries to sell the defender. He tries to get the defender on his arse and make space, but the defender just stood there.
He had
And,
Bruno right there as well. If he cut back again and he got Bruno, but we've got a corner.
It's got a corner. And
Yeah, JJ, I do think we'll stay up.
oh yeah,
A win here would be great. We'd give him more
Shelby with a
confidence.
corner. See if he can miss the first man. He does. He lobs it over the top. It's to the back. The keeper takes it. Good take by the keeper. And holds the ball. There was nobody to release it to, and Brighton played from the back this time. I don't think Kraft's been too terrible today, to be honest. I don't think I'd necessarily change him now just for the sake of it. Yeah, that was a comment from Paul there. Paul Wright. And with Brighton again in our half. Not really anyone around them. Bruno doing his best to keep pressure on.
Brighton's taking the crowd out of it, haven't they? They've done
Long
well.
switch of play from Brighton there. Beautiful switch of play. Right from midfield all the way down to their right, our left. Still with Brighton. And yeah, you've got to admire the way Brighton play. They're very good. It's the edge of our box. Very dangerous spot here. And Sonny March went down there looking for it, and it was meant to be a 1-2. He went down. I didn't actually see what happened. Dan Burns just gives it straight back to Brighton. They're still outside our box here. If it's a draw, I'll sub. That's a kick. That's a dirty tackle from Joe Linton in the back of Trossard, I think. I think I'll get pulled for that. It's a lovely play forward by Brighton and well defended by Shaw. That should be a goal kick, but I'd be surprised if that doesn't get. If Joe doesn't get a word for that. It's a goal kick to Newcastle anyway. 83rd, 4th minute. We're going to see that tackle again because that looked real dodgy. No, we're not going to see it again.
He didn't get a yellow for it, did he?
I don't think I've seen anything for it yet.
No.
They're not even replaying it. Nice bit of defending from Shaw there. Oh, here it is. That's it. Yeah, it's right on the heel of Trossard. That's a yellow card. That should have been a yellow card to Joe Linton there.
Yeah.
Fans are doing the best.
Yeah.
85 minutes. It's into Brighton's half. We don't have the ball. It's straight back to the keeper.
Too nervy now.
Yeah. It's so much like the Watford game, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bruno tried to be clever there. It didn't work out for him. That should be a foul at Newcastle. It is. Shaw bundled over by Welbeck, I think. It's right on the halfway line. This is the problem with bringing on Bruno this late in the game. He doesn't have a chance to actually get in the game, does he? He's got to instantly do something. You can see he's trying things and it's not working, but he doesn't have time to think to himself, all right, next time around I'll do something slightly different.
My arse is twitching like a rabbit's nose, to be honest.
Oh, there it is. There's the catchphrase coming out. So free kick from Shaw on the halfway line. It's going out to our wing, and it's Chris Wood tried to play St. Maxi, but it didn't really work, and it's come all the way back to Newcastle in our half. And back to Dubravka. He's not under any real pressure at the minute. And switches play to Joe, who takes a beautiful chest down, but that's dangerous. That's nasty. Whoa, referee. Cucurella's lost his shit here. I didn't think that was too much bad. Now Cucurella lost his shit, and then he lashed out with his hand at Joe Linton. He must be absolutely insane. Joe Linton's going to get a call for this. I think they both might do. I want to say that again, actually, because Cucurella lashes out with his hand there. He's given Joe a yellow, that's for sure. It's a lovely takedown from Joe, but I think Cucurella was all over him. And here we go, the replay. So lovely back in by Joe. He takes a lovely header. I think think Joe's had his hand on his shoulder. He's went to help Cucurella up, and he was also had his hand on his shoulder. And somehow Joe's the only one who gets carded for that, even though Cucurella's the one who lashes out afterwards.
Cheers for that, Mark.
Oh, cheers, Mark.
We're appreciated. Thanks very much.
And free, it's St. Maxi. He's still got defenders around him. He's fed it to Bruno on the wing here, left wing. Bruno chips it over wide. It's a bit too deep, and Willock tried to control it, and he's kicked it out, unfortunately. That's a shame. That's a shame. 87 minutes. Yeah, cheers, Mark. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. All the way from Ireland. And yeah, that was a tired first touch, I think you'd have to say, from Willock. It was very close to the line, mind you. And 88 minutes, 2:46 in the morning here in Australia. 3:46 for Bobby.
3:46 here. Yep.
It's a throw into Newcastle, just over the halfway line into Brighton's half. Eddie Howe gives Joe a little slap of the hand there. 2-1. I think Jack had 2-1 for this.
Jack had 2-2.
Did he?
Cheers, Jason.
Yeah.
Cheers, Jason. Appreciate that. Thank you. It's bloody hard work doing this bloody commentating, I tell you. My throat is like sandpaper right now.
Well, I had 3-1 in my prediction, so you never know.
Could still happen. Could still happen. I've had the aircon this whole time. I've had the aircon this whole time. I'm freezing sitting in.
I've got the heater on.
Aircon and ceiling fan.
Yeah, so Newcastle doing well to defend there, and in and on half, but Shelby launches up. Brighton get the second ball, and it's basically a head pin ball at the minute. Drops to the midfield area, and Brighton reclaim possession in their own half. And Bruno's in the guy's back, does well to hold up play. Still Brighton, still in one half. 88 and a half minutes gone. They can stay this in their own half as long as they like. They come out there.
5 minutes of extra time, I reckon.
Yeah, in Newcastle's half, and on the halfway line, right in the centre of pitch, spreading out wide to the wing. And the fans are doing their best. It's down there, right our left. Just really on the edge of the circle. Not really. They're still very patient, even at this stage of the game. Newcastle need to keep their wits about them here. And yep, they've actually given the ball away now, Brighton. And it's to Bruno, who gives a little touch to Maxi, who, if he's clever enough, tried to feed Bruno, who had ran on the wing, but it was blocked out, unfortunately. However, it's back with Newcastle's defence. 89.5 minutes. Here's Emil Crafts, who passes up the wing to Joe Linton, who's under pressure from his mate Cucurella, who spreads to the middle, and now it's St. Maxi in the middle. He's got man on his back, and he's dinked it past one, that's past two, edge of the box. Tries to do a little bit too much. Bruno's picked up the loose ball. He does a little pirouette and falls flat in his ass. That was hilarious. Anyway, now Brighton got the ball now. Not that hilarious anymore. Very clever ball to Mopey in the middle there. And Welbeck somehow manages to get the ball back. Under pressure from Shaw. A lot of pressure from Shaw. Brighton are piling forward here. Still halfway. It's down the left wing to Cucurella. 90 minutes gone. 4 minutes extra time to come.
Yeah.
Still Brighton. Still plenty of opportunity for Brighton to win this. Well, not win it, but still plenty of time to get a point out of this game, and it'll be well deserved by them as well. And they've lazily given the ball away to Brighton, and Newcastle have lazily given the ball away back to Brighton. Back into Brighton's halfway line. Newcastle could have just took the time there and done a little better with that, but they just give it straight back to Brighton. How many times have we seen that, lads?
It's just been the whole game, hasn't it? They've just bossed possession, and we haven't had a chance.
Cucurella. Joe's blocking them off. And Brighton are now in Newcastle's half, just sort of camping out outside our box. Trossard with a very, very tight pass, but Newcastle have the ball with Bruno. He's run out of the midfield. He's shrugged off one challenge. He's fed a beautiful ball to Maxi. It just reaches him. Maxi's got company, however, so he's down the left wing, and he's lost the ball completely. And he's kicking off at the ref, even though I don't think he's got anything to complain about, frankly. But at least I took the ball away from our end anyway. Here's Brighton again, back to the halfway line. They get out there half far too easy. It's got to go to Cucurella down the wing again, you'd imagine. Yes, it does. Kraft is covering. And he does very well, Kraft. Well done. Puts a block in. And kicks the ball back to halfway line to give it straight back to Brighton. Crowd is going well mad here. Well mad? Yeah, man, it's going well mad.
Well,
It's
man.
going crazy. It's fed to Cucurella again. He's in the Akers this time. Pulls it back. It's felt to Brighton. It's under the foot of Maupay. And Bruno very carefully, casually gets the ball, clears it. And he feeds it to Maxi, who just kept it in and then dinks it away from his man. He's holding on to it too long. He once again kicks off the back heels. He's now fed Bruno. He's in Brighton's half. Bruno very, very calmly gives it to Joe, who's just like, "However, man, I've got shit tons of space here." Joe tries to be clever, doesn't work out, and yeah, some tackles are going in now. It's still with Brighton, but they're in their own half, just crossing the halfway line here now with Cucurella. He's had a good game, and he spreads it to the other side. And Solly marches on the ball now in Newcastle's half, deep in Newcastle's half. He's going to whip it in. No, he's not. He's going to cut it back. Very clever. And this is balls in the box. It's a header. It's falling free to Maupay. He kicks it. It's blocked. Bruno on the ball. Crowd's going nuts. Bruno do something clever. And free kick given to Newcastle. Bruno went down like a sack of shit in the box. Wins a free kick to Newcastle. 93rd minute, just taken over. And that was a monumental effort at the back just then.
So I was
a bit of shit.
Reading something about Eddie Howe's been practicing this exact outcomes when we've got less than 5 minutes to go to hold on to a lead.
Has he really?
Yeah.
Willock's going off. 93rd minute. On comes Sean Longstaff, super sub. Could it be a super sub? Could he get that third goal that we need?
I hope so.
I bet he doesn't even touch
play in
the
the
ball.
corner, lads. Take it to the corner.
He doesn't even touch the ball. Yeah, a bit of a chat between the two of them, and that was it was 50-50 whether the ref was going to give that to Bruno the way he went down there. It looked very much like he just went down easily for a free kick, didn't it?
Yeah, it's not the French league. He's got to get that.
You could see though that Brighton were running out of ideas a little bit there. They were trying their best, but you could see that at times Newcastle would just casually just stand there waiting for them to do a bad pass, which hasn't been the case for most of this game. Anyway, the ball's back in play. It's with there goes Longy. He's launched it forward. I think Chris Wood's offside here.
Come
No, he's
on.
not. He's not offside. He's lost the ball though, and Shelby wins it back, but then gives it away again. Brighton switch play, lovely switch of play to the left wing, and then calm down, Shaw, calm down. And then Shaw comes in with a ridiculous challenge, and then I thought he was going to lose his head a little bit, but anyway, it's free kick to Brighton just inside our half. 94th and a half minute. He's waving the keeper up. Well, they're going to load the box here. Last chance. Keeper's in the box area. They've played down the wing. Absolutely nobody guarding that wing to Trossard. Overlap with Cucurella. He's pulled it back. It's defended by Bruno. Bruno's being brought down. And that's it. Full time.
Come on.
Oh!
Woo!
Oh!
Very, very, very undeserved 3 points, but we'll take it.
Oh!
Tell you what, Brighton fans,
Everyone's
kisses by there because you put in one hell of a shift.
Flags are waving.
Goals win games, and we scored more.
Oh, fucking hell.
That was nervy, wasn't it, lads?
That was a tense
whole
90
game.
minutes.
The whole game, I haven't I haven't been breathing properly.
Yeah, that was a tense final 90 minutes. Fucking hell.
That 10 minutes where we scored those 2 goals, that was just, that's the only time in the game where we were impactful. I can't see us. We didn't even challenge our keeper in the second half, I don't think.
Yeah, that was very much one of those classic just see the game out, wasn't it?
It really was.
Full time. 2-1 Newcastle. Fraser and Shaw with the goals for Newcastle. Dunk with the reply for Brighton. Brighton will probably feel a little bit hard done to by there, but end of the day, if you don't score your goals, you don't win the games, do you?
No.
Exactly.
I remember when we couldn't buy a win, where we were actually playing okay and we couldn't win. Now we're winning the games where we're not playing that well. So, yeah, Dimitri, winning is a habit. Exactly right, mate. It's
Yeah, the aim of the game is to stay up. It's nothing else, even at this stage.
Yeah,
it really is.
And now
unbeaten all this half.
7 points clear of Burnley.
Half the season.
Get in.
Yeah, so there's the table. That's a live table. And
Look at
6
Burnley's
points
goal
clear.
difference.
7 points clear. Yeah, minus 14. Yeah. Fucking hell, what a result that is. Holy shit.
Huge.
Has fucking shit got grey hair now? What's going on with his hair? Grey.
Yeah, I've noticed that. He's gone a bit grey.
What's that about?
He's turning into a bit of Pardew, isn't he?
He is. I don't disagree with Dex here. Shelby definitely isn't much of a captain, especially not when you compare him to likes of Trippier, who just never stops talking. He's constantly geeing his team up. All right, got some final stats here. So total attempts 10 to Newcastle, 14 to Brighton. Attempts on target 4 each, surprisingly. Possession 32 to 68. 302 passes to 627. Fucking hell. 62% to 83%. 4 corners to 7 corners. 7 fouls to 9 fouls, and 1 yellow card to 1 yellow card. I tell you what, you look at that. All that line of stats there, apart from the goals, obviously, and you think, fuck me, Brighton should have got something out of that game.
Try to pick a man of the match from that.
Good question.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. It's
Oh god. Yeah, we talked about this before, Mark. We talked about this before. It's it was vital because of those away games. It was vital to get something out of this one. So that's 3 games. I think we said 6 would be a brilliant return. 5 to 7 wouldn't be terrible either. Dan Burn in the crowd there getting a pat. I wonder if that's his family. Don't know. They're all about his height. Probably is. So Dan Burn's well happy, full of smiles.
Well, we said 6 points, 5 to 7 points.
Yeah, we'll be looking at 3 from
3 from 3
from Everton, probably, aren't we? So if we get 3 from there, if we can get it, but then if we get a point from Southampton, if we get a point from Everton, and assuming get now from Chelsea, then that's your 5
Still
points.
not
That's not too bad, you know. But we need to play a lot better than that if we're going to win against Everton, even, I think, especially away from home, because that was. Although Everton don't play quite as well as Brighton, so you never know. So man of the match. Let's just close off with a man of the match, lads, while we're all high as a kite. Bobby, why didn't you go first? Because I need to think about it.
I was trying to think about it. I am going to give it to Dan Burn. I think he was the defensive right, even though he didn't score like Shah did. I think he was better defensively in the end, and it was a game for defenders. So yeah, Dan Burn for me.
Dan Burn is absolutely mental when Shaw scored that. He went absolutely fucking mental. Craig, man of the match, please.
I'll have to split it between Dan Burn, so same as Bobby, but also give a big shout out to Fraser again. Probably just in line with Burn because he completed the game, but yeah, both were monumental again today. Both contributed massively to the game. Fraser with his goal and Dan Burn with an outstanding defensive display. Yeah,
he wasn't exactly outstanding. I mean, he was responsible pretty much for their. Well, he wasn't responsible for their goal. I'm just watching their goal there, but he stood there doing absolutely nout. He let the runner go past him, and yeah, I don't know. Emil Kraft.
Are you trying to get into Dex's fan club for that, are you? Because you said we're an Emil Kraft fan club.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know, for all the shit, hold my hands up, for all the shit I give him, he actually wasn't too bad today. He wasn't too bad. He didn't set the world on fire. I mean, probably if he'd been
his first 20 minutes was putrid.
Yeah.
But
just for the shits and giggles, I'm going to give it to Emil Kraft. And then if anyone ever says, "Oh, you can't, you always hate Emil Kraft," I'll just point to this video and say, "No, I don't. Look, see."
There was a really good stat by one of our viewers, Adam, actually. First season since 93-94, we've gone 8 games unbeaten. I don't know if that's correct. If it is, that's
hell of a stat.
A hell of a stat.
Yeah.
And we'll still be the best defence in the league this year after that, assuming that Liverpool don't do something better. So, yeah, fantastic game. Fantastic result. Bit of a shit game, in honesty. And I think that'll do for us. Any last thoughts, lads, before we wrap it up? It's 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock for you, Bobby. God almighty.
Just to answer Mark's question there, 100%. I think we're going to stay up now. That
you got
for Brighton.
I think it's
Brighton there. And Burnley getting beaten heavily today is great.
Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think Burnley will get more than 32 points. So we're 4 points away from that now. We'll cruise that in. So
I would say 90% sure. It'll
Yeah.
take a ridiculous crash in form to end up in the bottom. I think there. So I'll say 90-ish%, because you never know, do you? You never know. It's fucking Newcastle, man. It's just they go, oh, we're middles, like woo. Then we're getting murdered for the next 5 games, and you're back down at the bottom again. So it's only 7 points at the end of the day. But I think on the basis of form, on the basis of how our defense is the best in the league this year, there are definitely 3 worse teams than us right now. So it can change. There's still a few games to go, but I think 95%. I think we're there, Mark. Cheers, Paul. Appreciate that very much. My throat is absolutely killing.
It's been great tonight. A lot of interaction from the listeners, so it's been really good.
Yeah, really enjoyed that. Thanks very much for you boys on the comments there. Really appreciate that. And I think we will call it a day there. So that is another mighty win to the Mighty Mags, and it finishes Newcastle 2, Brighton 1. I spent all day trying to get that message off there, and he went and put the other one back straight back on, didn't he? I was trying to do like a really kind of, there you go, really smart end, and didn't work. Anyway, cheers for joining us, everyone. Really appreciate it. If you don't already, please watch our podcast. We do about 2 a week, which is why I look absolutely knackered, because it takes a fair bit of effort. But yeah, appreciate the company. Thank you very much, everyone. That will do for us, and see you for the next one. Away the Mighty Bags!
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, please do.
On there. Cheers, lads. See you guys.